Hello and welcome back to a brand new episode of the Pick a Side podcast. My name is Joel Moran and I'm here with River Brown, Angel Velez, and John Tortorelli. And don't worry, Dels is still here in the room right now. You just can't see him.
Dels!
But John is here because college basketball, NBA mock draft, we're just doing a lottery. A lot of things to be excited about. How are you guys doing?
I'm doing excellent. I really am grateful to you gentlemen because I got here a tad bit tardy. And you guys held it down for the short form, and you guys were so kind to wait for me. Like, that really, it makes me feel really whole. So thanks, guys.
No problem.
Glad to see you, bro. How you can do it.
I'll be mad as hell when y'all wait for me. I'll be like, bro, start
No,
that
I'm
shit.
going to be transparent with you. I'm fucking fuming.
Oh my God. Like, start
It's
it
good to
up.
see you.
I would have done nasty things for this show to be halfway done. I pull up, yo, guys, NFL? Yo, Houston, what happened? They blew it.
Yeah.
I would have liked that. But you know what? Can't be too upset. Get to talk to you, handsome gentlemen. Got the whole crew in the building. We got rugs now.
Oh, these rugs feel amazing.
Things are different.
Yeah,
We're moving different 2026.
You can't see it right now, but John and Riv, they have their socks on.
Can I
the
be
rug.
honest? I contemplated and decided I can't do that to you guys. I've been cooking in these things for 15. Fucking putrid. I couldn't do that to you guys.
They smell awful.
Couldn't do it.
Hey, but you know, if John feels comfortable, I'm sure you can too.
No.
I'm crying.
People are going to get that.
Yeah.
People aren't going to get that.
Yeah,
For the audience.
People don't know the
People
Pick
aren't
Side
going to get the
lore.
lower. Yeah, people
People
aren't
don't
going
know
to
the
get that.
behind the scenes Airbnb action that we had.
Yeah.
Joel's way of digging at John is always low key.
It's always it's joyful. It's not.
It's
I'm not trying to rag on him. No, it's we talk. I mean, there's sometimes we disagree, but for the most part, me and John see a lot of eye to eye
We know.
topics because we're very smart people.
Yes, yes,
So
yes,
we
yes.
understand what we're watching,
No,
and we
legally.
have opinions that sometimes match that.
Mhm.
So you know, sometimes John will say something, and I'm like, man, that's really smart. And then I'll say something, and he's
It's,
like,
it's more
that was
along the
really
lines
smart.
of you say something.
And then,
me,
but
you know?
what I love about John is that he'll reference and he'll cite my brain. So there are moments on a podcast where he'll say something. He's like, and Joel, he said Jalen Brunson first was going to be All-Star. I remember that when I was out of the pod and he said, no, we got to make sure that Joel was the guy.
This is all
that
world
Jalen
dicky.
Brunson-
No, the dick
He was
eating
a
is
Jalen Brunson guy first.
generational, bro.
This is all world dicky right here. I respect
I would
it.
'Cause
say
here's
with
the-
everyone. I'd probably argue I do it with everyone. Yeah.
I'd argue no, but it's cool, you know.
I mean, I don't like this. I don't like where this is going. Because John
Caleb
cites
Williams
everybody
clip in
here.
July.
Absolutely.
Post that on Twitter.
Which one? Me saying that he was gonna bug out this year? Yeah, thanks. But then I turned my back on him. You
Well,
know,
that's
like,
your fault, not his.
yeah, I know for sure.
Wait, what
But
was it?
I knew I had an inclination, but I had to turn my back on because you know, in Bo we trust. It's always Bo and Jaden because that's birthday twin. But I've had this conversation with Charles too. I turned my back on Caleb, and then I turned my back on JSN. That shit fucking hurts, man. JSN hurts worse than Caleb, easily. And so it's something I have to live with.
The JSN breakout just wasn't that obvious. It just wasn't. Like, his rookie year was okay. His second year was much better. And he broke out in the second half. But for him to do what he did, Offensive Player of the Year this past year, I mean, it was on nobody's bingo card.
It kills me because you know, I was all in. I was watching this JSN tape accidentally when we were watching Olave and Wilson. I'm just like, this guy 11 is the best player. He's just the one that pops. And then I don't, who was the OC? I'm blanking on his name.
Waldron.
I let him fool me. Or Grubb. Was it Grubb?
It was Waldron first, then it was Ryan Grubb.
Oh my God, the both of them.
But it was definitely Waldron who you're referring to because you used him as an example as to why BTJ was dropping passes too in Jacksonville. So,
Did I?
yes, you were like, BTJ's playing bad. It's Shane Waldron's fault. Because he was on her coaching
Senior
staff
offensive
earlier in the
assistant.
year.
Did I say that?
And a lot of people reference Shane Waldron too as to why BTJ struggled.
I don't
But
know if I said that.
you did 100%. 100%. 100%.
What's up, bro?
You smoke a lot, so
No, you did 100%. You did 100%. We could even go back in the archives and
smoke a
check
lot.
it. 100% you said that.
but why would I say that?
Because Shane Waldron was the OC with the Bears and was terrible, and the wide receiver protection went down. And then in Seattle,
The pass.
it was also terrible. The offense was terrible.
Well, what does that have to do with BTJ?
There's a wide receiver track record with Shane Waldron that once he gets to a certain spot,
He's on.
they ruin the
but-
receivers.
But Liam Cohen's the offensive guy, though.
Yeah, but that's why I was curious as to why you said it when you said it.
I don't.
Because I didn't think there was a
Maybe I
correlation
said
there.
it.
Yes.
I mean, he is an objectively horrendous offensive coordinator.
I mean, BTJ was also mid this season.
Yeah, and I think his struggles were on him, not
agreed.
on a coach.
I don't know.
That's what.
Did I say that? Let's not get caught up on it. What are we talking about?
We're
Scott
talking about
being
college
racist.
basketball. So Sweet 16 is here. We already have some upsets. Unfortunately, St. John's wasn't able to pull it off
I'm thrilled.
because Duke outlasted them. It didn't feel like Duke was going to make it. And honestly, like last podcast, we talked about it. We thought that Duke was going to lose. And they were down most of the game. But then they came back. And the rest is history.
The
But
story of Duke.
St. John's had a great season overall. Texas almost advanced, but they lost on a game winner, which is pretty heartbreaking. But Dylan Swain, we were talking about him earlier because he was a really good prospect. What were your takeaways from the Sweet 16 in general of what you guys saw?
Defense can only get you so far. And I say that because Houston had such a lack of offense. Illinois was able to take advantage of that, able to win the game pretty comfortably. And then, unfortunately, the Darius Acuff run comes to an end. He had an amazing tournament. Unfortunate way to end, but going up against just a much better team. But again, against Duke and St. John's, the highlight of St. John's was this suffocating defense, and it showed out for a majority of this game. Then, unfortunately, Duke was just able to pull away because, again, when you have that offensive star power, ultimately that's what gets it done. And we're seeing the powerhouses go ahead and do that and move on. Their offense has been at the forefront. You got to give credit, like you mentioned. Houston's defense was really great. St. John had a great run. Both of those teams had a really good run. But if I'm not mistaken, Iowa is dancing still.
Yes.
That has been a pretty miraculous run in its own right, too, because they took out Florida, correct?
Yes. Florida and
That
then
was an
Nebraska.
insane ending to that
They're
game.
the one. They
Florida
hit the
pressed
game
in
winner
3
with 3
quarters.
seconds left.
Yeah.
They're on a crazy run right now.
Yeah,
the
Iowa
ninth
with the
seed.
9th seed. They're the Cinderella team right
The
now.
9 seeds never won the tournament either.
Question. When Kentucky went up against UConn, when Julius Randle was on the team, and I want to say it was Shabazz Napier, what seed was Kentucky? Were they an 8th
They were like
seed?
top 3.
Were they really?
UConn versus Kentucky.
I'm going to
We're
look at
getting
them now.
besides the point here. It's an
Sorry,
excellent
I'm-
Cinderella run.
I'm just thinking that was super random, but I was
Yeah.
thinking of a late seed. That's really
Yeah.
where I was at.
Iowa beat Nebraska, and Nebraska was also a top seed, and now they move on.
Yeah.
Iowa, they're just a team that they were just like a bunch of super seniors, had a lot of experience.
Good
They're
coaching.
playing really well, and they're tough to stop.
I was right. 8 versus 7 in the Natty.
Oh, they were 8? Wow.
And really, my main takeaways from college and Sweet 16 that we've seen so far really come from the Arizona and Arkansas game. Arkansas, I know people will try to use this as Darius Acuff defense. This is so bad, it's unmanageable. I just thought Arkansas was a much smaller team. Like Arizona clearly out physical them, outmatched them. And a team like Arkansas that, they got blown out, they still scored a lot of points in that game. They just couldn't get any defensive stops. But Acuff Jr., not the most efficient night for him within the flow of the game, but he was all right. Billy Richmond was all right. Like they had contributors at the guard spot. They just couldn't get stops because Arizona is a big, really big team. Like they have real legit NBA size. And then Houston losing to Illinois, I think is the biggest upset, one of the biggest upsets of the tournament thus far. Houston, offensively, they're just very challenged. That's really what it comes down to. Like Kingston Flemings is their offense, and everybody else, they're defense first guys, and they just couldn't shoot the ball well at all. And Kingston Flemings, I didn't think he was aggressive enough to go for his shot. But Illinois, they are a team that thrives off of shooting the ball, and they just shot the ball much better. And we got the Keaton Wagler versus Kingston Flemings head-to-head, and that's going to be a debate within the draft season this entire time. Like, who's better between these guys? And how do you feel about it after the tournament has played out and their game has played out? Because Wagler also shot poorly, but he rebounded and he made more plays on defense. But Kingston, obviously, you know, Houston wasn't making shots at all.
I think Kingston has been a better player all year. I think he's been the more consistent guy, but I think you trust in the fact that Kean Wagler has real NBA size to him. You know, 6'6", long arms. You know, has a nice shooting stroke. Kingston is more unorthodox, so I guess it's a little different. And plus, I think Keaton has more traits to play off ball. But when you look at the state of the league and like where point guards are going, obviously people are super glued to the 6'5", 6'6" trend of point guards. But I think Kingston Fleming's game style or play style kind of fits the point guard you kind of want to run your team. You know, not somebody who's super dependent on getting it going offensively. It's somebody who can guard, can make proper reads. You know, defensively, he's very sound, and offensively, he's a good floor general. He reminds me of Mike Conley in a sense of where he's just steady at the point guard position. That's what he's been for Houston this whole year. I agree with you, though. I think Houston has a really talented team. You know, Emmanuel Sharp, Isaiah Harwell are guys that can shoot the 3-ball, but this team has just been a little bit inconsistent over the past couple months, you know, and it showed in big-time games. And Illinois has been playing up the comp this year, and I think they had a really good game. Like you mentioned with Arizona and Arkansas, Arizona has just been the best team in the country all year. They've dominated teams without much of a 3-ball, and what they're going to – the same thing that they did to Arkansas is what they're going to do to Purdue. Purdue does not have the size for them to keep up in that game. If they do, I'd be shocked. But Arizona should walk through the Final Four, and, you know, Brayden Burries had a great game. You know, he's been one of those guys for me that's just been, you know, a little bit of a do-it-all type of guard, somebody who's going to get slept on in the draft or maybe rise up. But he's been one of the best guards in this country, and we've talked about Kean Wagler. We've talked about Kingston Fleming, Darius Acuff, and all these guys. But Brayden Burries should be getting a little bit more love. Iowa, like you mentioned, super experienced, well-coached. And I said it, Iowa and Nebraska, before the game, I said they were going to be a dogfight. You know, it was going to be a fight, you know, because I like both the styles and I like both their offenses, and that's exactly what we got, a really great game. But Iowa's still dancing. And they'll have an opportunity, you know, to keep going forward. But just in terms of that conversation, Kingston versus Keaton Wagler, I mean, people are going to fall in love with Keaton's size, the shooting stroke, you know, the ability to play off ball and be a secondary creator. But after the top 4 or 5, any of these point guards is going to be real place dependent, team dependent, because I think they all have their flaws. And nobody is tiers above the next guy.
That's valid. What I like most about Wagler is not only the physical tools like you mentioned, but the variety in his scoring. He gets to the 3-throw line consistently. The 3-point shooting is super developed for a college freshman. And one of the draft knocks that you mentioned before the show is the fact that many people are skeptical at that limited frame, the lack of muscle that he can drive at the NBA level and really be a consistent and impactful slasher. But when I look at his ball handling, and especially his in-between game, his spin move is really strong. That flexibility that he has in the in-between space, I see him being a 3-level scorer in the NBA. And I do agree with you in the sense that he's still going to put on some muscle. That's probably going to be the difference in what helps him fully develop as a player. But I would probably lean toward Wagler being the better prospect. One of my favorite games was Purdue hitting a crazy game winner on tip-in versus Texas, and that was another one of the closest games last night. So that was one of my favorites in March Madness.
We're going to get into a mock draft just with the lottery with a pre-developed website that we're working on right now. So we're working on a mock draft simulator that is Pick-A-Side branded essentially, and we're going to do the lottery only mock draft. And on this website, nothing crazy intuitive or anything different than you're used to with your own mock draft websites. It's just I use mock draft websites all the time, so I thought it would be a really good idea to kind of build one within the Pick-A-Side umbrella. So that's what we're doing today. You can randomize the lottery odds based on real percentages. All the players, of course, have their headshots, and then they have their stats as well. And we're going to, at this point, we're not going to randomize the lottery odds, and we're just going to leave it as is right now. And we're going to start this mock draft because with this tournament going on, a lot of prospects are playing in the tournament. We still have Cameron Boozer in the tournament. AJ Dybantsa and Darryn Peterson, they got knocked out, but AJ had a really good first game against Texas, and Texas made it all the way to the Sweet 16. So I'm really excited. I mean, one thing about college basketball in general is that I think when it comes to the scouting process, there are more diehards and passionate people than I think the NBA sphere. These
In the
do NFL probably even yes. I think so. I think the NFL draft season can get hectic as well. But people, when it comes to prospect scouting, they're really passionate when it comes to college basketball. Like numbers, they have queries, databases. It's a lot to take in. I know somebody in the Pick a Side Discord, Teef, he does an excellent job covering college basketball. And I've had some conversations with him about Mikel Brown Jr. because I'm very high on Mikel Brown Jr., but I've learned pretty quickly that draft Twitter isn't the highest on Mikel Brown Jr.
I like Mikel.
So I'm interested to get into this mock draft. Any thoughts before we get into this?
How are we doing it?
Now, that is a good question because
Are we going to collectively?
on our draft, I'd assume. That being said, on our draft simulator, you can run a lottery. Have we already predetermined our lottery?
We're just going to leave it as is, but do you want to run it? Because if the Pacers in this lottery, if they fall outside the top 4, the pick goes to the Clippers.
So let's run the lottery. Let's see what the lottery says.
I ran the simulation.
Yes.
And I had the Thunder get the second pick overall.
Fire.
Via the Clippers?
Yes.
Oh, that's crazy.
Let's have some. Well, how would they get it? That's assuming they don't make the playoffs.
However the simulator did it.
And as of right now, they're probably playing team because I know that
They have the 8th seed right
the
now.
14th pick before today was Charlotte, but then Charlotte won and they're ahead of Orlando. So now Orlando's the 14th pick.
Well, Orlando's
this
pick is in
simulator.
Memphis
Okay,
for Bane.
I see. That probably has to be updated. So, okay.
Good information.
Yeah.
We'll update it live when we
Yeah,
can.
yeah.
All right, we are running the lottery now. And the Utah Jazz rise up to 1, Washington 2, Milwaukee 3, Chicago 4, and the Clippers, number 5. The Clippers, who knows, they even end up having this pick. There have been a lot of rumblings in NBA circles that after that Kawhi Leonard ascension ordeal with the fake, sponsorship, Clippers might get docked some picks, whether that's in the future or as soon as this season. But surely one can imagine there's going to be some repercussions by the league, and we might find that out relatively soon.
So
Yeah.
this is their Pacers pick or their pick?
This is the Pacers pick. It
Ah,
just
there we
fell.
go.
If it's not 1 through 4 and
Yes,
10,
I remember. Yeah.
I believe it's
After-
4 through 7.
Yeah.
I'll double check.
I
No,
think
5
it's
through
5
9.
through 9.
Yeah, it's 5
If
through
it
9.
lands within 5 through 9, then it goes to the
Nice.
the LA Clippers. I mean, this is an excellent scenario for the Clippers
awesome.
if their pick doesn't get taken away, because I think the Clippers have a lot of good young talent on their team right now, and adding a lottery pick to it would be outstanding. Yeah. But I think this was also very calculated from Indiana because the Pacers, I think, are very comfortable taking 4 players. That is Boozer, Dybantsa, Peterson, Caleb Wilson. But the 5 through 9 range is very guard heavy.
And drop off too.
And a drop off, very guard heavy, drop off, but mostly guard heavy when you have Kingston, Mikel Brown, Darius Acuff Jr. And the Pacers were kind of thinking, hey, 5 through 9, we're really not interested in that area of the draft. But 10 after, that's more our lane. So I think this is very calculated from them, but this would be fun. I mean, first pick goes to the Utah Jazz. Who do they select? AJ Dybantsa, Cameron Boozer. You also have Darryn Peterson. What is their pick?
They're running to the podium and selecting AJ Dybantsa.
I think they want to continue their big lineup trend.
The positional size on this team is going to be
Nuts.
outrageous.
It's a perfect fit. It's a glove.
And the Utah Jazz are, I think, one of the leading candidates for next year of being a breakout team. They have enough talent. So if they land one of these 3 guys, I think even one of the point guards
It's gonna be tough
with
in the
them would
West.
be perfect too. It will be tough in the West.
Depending on the guard, yeah. Because there's a lot of, like you said, guards are kind of team dependent. It's a case-by-case scenario for some players where they may not develop fully or be maximized in certain plays. I'm with you all again. High-level two-way player, again, the slashing. I guess the only issue is, do you want Jaren being the full-time 5? If Laurie's the 4, AJ's the 3.
No, they're starting Laurie at the 3. Jaren at the 4. Kessler at the 5.
So Ace
Ace
Bailey.
Bailey's off the bench.
Yes. Which is
Bailey's
why
playing
this
well, but I
which
agree
is
with
why
you.
this spot is tricky because I'm
Very.
very confident they're gonna go big. You can't play Jaren at the 5 unless you've found this magical way to do it.
Or do they take Darren then? Because it sounds like they already have a ton of size.
Yeah.
Dennis Keontae, Darren, Jaren, Laurie, Walker. That's not a bad
I mean,
lineup.
they
either.
just go best player available.
Okay, then if that's the case, we go Darren.
I said best player available.
I said what I said.
I know. It's wrong.
It's all right, I'll down this hill.
AJ Dybantsa.
I've
Yeah.
heard your spin on Boozer. I want to hear your take on Darren versus AJ a little bit more if you can flesh it out.
What do you mean?
If you can elaborate why you have
Yeah,
AJ
why do you have-
over
because when the
AJ
two
over
matched
Darren?
up, it was obvious who was the best player. So please enlighten us.
Okay.
Take us to Riv Academy.
Now let's take you to. I just like AJ being more available. I think that's the most important part, and I think AJ is going to be a better scorer in the NBA. I think if you look at both of their skills and how they translate, first of all, if you look at how both of them have been guarded this year, I don't think any freshman in the country has seen doubles and triples like they've seen with AJ. Like AJ has seen NBA coverages since the day he walked into BYU. So I think that's super important. And then the way he's just transcended from a horrible passer to a good passer as a really good processor throughout the year. He's consistently got better this year. And I think with AJ, just the variety of moves he has, getting to the rim at will, he's one of the best rim pressuring wings in college basketball. Probably going to walk in, get into the line maybe 8, 9, 10 times a game. He has the mid range.
That would be impressive.
Yeah, he's 6'9". The fluidity is there, long arms. You can't really contest his shot. He has the long frame. With DP, like I said it before last show, I just don't know if because he did not play like this in high school. And that wasn't too long ago. So I don't know if this is a tribute to him just not being healthy. But I just like what he brings in terms of the offensive end, especially what I've seen this year from a scoring perspective as a playmaker and opportunities to take over games. I mean, DP has taken over some games, but I've seen it with a little bit more with AJ specifically in second half.
Let me ask you a quick question. Cooper Flag, not better than
He's
AJ?
better than all of them.
No, at getting to the rim.
Cooper Flag?
Yeah.
Like last year?
This year.
So like
Just in general, do you think Cooper Flag is better at getting to the rim than AJ Dybantsa? I only ask because Cooper Flag is only attempting.
I'm gonna say no.
So you're saying you're taking AJ?
Take AJ, yeah.
Okay, because Cooper is averaging just under 5 free throws a game.
I think AJ could get in his freshman year like 6.
That's why, just because that freshman whistle, you never know. But I understand what you're saying. That's AJ's game. He's a guy that attacks, goes downhill.
He'll go to the rim a lot more than Coop.
Because Coop also is not shooting the 3-ball great whatsoever.
But Coop would take more threes than AJ.
Just has better handle to get downhill more consistently than Cooper. But if you don't think that Darryn will be a better scorer than AJ, then there's really nothing that Darren's going to be better at than AJ.
Yeah, I think he's better at defense right now.
Darryn is better at defense than AJ.
Right now.
Okay.
But AJ has
the ball
to
or no?
No, I think it's close now. I think like before college started, DP, but like DP's played a lot more off ball this year. You know, he still doesn't handle double teams too well. And I'm not saying AJ handles them the best, but he's grown at being better at that. Plus 6'9" frame, you can see over everybody. I'm just going to take that more often than not.
Darryn Peterson in high school handled the ball all the time and playmate. In Kansas, they really didn't give them that responsibility. So it's now about projecting what version of him you're going to get. The version that we saw in high school where he actually handled the ball a lot, or in college where the system really didn't grant him as much leeway to handle the ball and play make.
I mean, he plays just like him. You know what I mean?
He does.
And if he plays just like him, then what's the concern?
Just no concern. He's a top prospect.
That's why
he's top 3.
I say it one more time.
That's why he's top 3.
See, but that guy was 1.
Who does he play like, though?
I think you know.
I think he's saying Kobe.
Whoa.
Well, he wasn't 1.
So
can't
what are you talking about?
No, you're saying him, Kyrie.
Who plays like Kyrie?
No.
Who are you saying he looks like then?
It was a joke.
Oh, that's what I figured. I was making a joke as well, but then you made me call somebody else. But I will also say Kyrie.
You think so?
I think he does have that quick twitch, his ability to shoot the basketball on top of it too. I think Kyrie was probably a little bit better jump shooter, especially as the season went on. DP wasn't the best or the most efficient, but I just think their bag of tricks are similar. They remind me of one another, ability to get downhill. I also think Kyrie is Kyrie too.
Yeah.
Like that handle is much better.
Kawhi as a shot creator, as a guard, and like Devin Booker's body.
I don't know. I feel like Kawhi is such a special brand of scoring the basketball. Like his bag is very unique to his game, to him.
They're very quick in their spots, and they can get open in such a quick instant. And the tough shot making for them is unrivaled.
That's really why I see Kyrie, because Kyrie, his ability to get his shot off.
Kyrie gets a lot more separation.
Correct. And I think that's because but I also think DP's speed, he's such a fast player.
He's not the same ball handler.
That's 100%. That's the difference in the two players. Because Kyrie's ball handle is the best ever.
I just think Darryn Peterson reminds me a lot of 2 guards, like the 6'5", 6'6" frames. Not necessarily combo guards. Like Kyrie, I view as a combo guard, 6'1", very shifty. To me, not necessarily Ant, because I think Darryn Peterson coming out is a little bit more polished as Ant, like get into his spots and as a scorer. But not even Kobe, but it's similar in terms of the shots that they take away, the shots that they take, the fadeaways, playing from the post, turning their shoulders and getting a shot up. Like those things, he's very advanced. Like he can spin and get into a jump shot. His footwork for his age is really up there. So he reminds me of all the star. He reminds me of all the star shooting guards. Like if I were to just compliment to a certain play style, I also didn't mind the Kawhi one because it does. When I look at him, it does feel like Kawhi. There's some stiffness to him. It feels like DP. He's not the most fluid mover. There is some stiffness to him, but he really can get to his spots, and it's like robotic in a sense of how exact he is with his movements, which is how Kawhi is. He's very like that, robotic, like
The
where
handle
he
is
can
super efficient.
exactly where there's no wasted movement, there's no wasted dribbles. He just get into the spot. The Jazz get AJ Dybantsa here. My dream spot for AJ Dybantsa is the Indiana Pacers. I think the Pacers, we know they're going to be contenders next year.
As we say that, Kawhi game winner.
Yep, against the Indiana Pacers.
Well, that's great for the Pacers.
Yeah.
I want to see him in Indiana. I just think that if they add him on with Tyrese, Nembhard, AJ, Pascal, and Zubac, we're talking about a potential NBA champion
Darren?
next year. No, AJ Dybantsa. I think because that 3 spot is what Indiana, I think, is desperately missing. Because they have Nesmith, they have
Nembhard at
Nembhard.
the
But
2.
DP
He'd be a 6-man if needed.
with Hallie running the show.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
it would be
That
incredible.
sounds
He'd have the
erotic.
easiest job.
I like
I'd be a Pacers fan.
I like AJ when he can just get a clear lane to the rim. I don't know if Zubac and Siakam give him that.
Yeah.
I think Jaren, Laurie, they give him a little bit more. In terms of just being out there, give him space.
You're saying the spacing for
let him work.
the band stuff.
Yeah.
I agree with that wholeheartedly.
I also don't hate Indiana, though, because they run.
So now, who's the second overall pick?
Washington.
Washington.
And keep in mind, with their lineup being Trey Johnson, both Treys, and then a mix of Alex Sarr and Anthony Davis, their
BPA.
biggest need to be
Yeah,
3
you-
if Keyshawn
This
George.
is Darren. This is Darren.
Yeah, you run to the podium and you take Darren. And it's not a knock on Cam. I say that because
This could
they
be
already have
Booz.
Sarr and Davis with Booz off the bench. Or they're going to run Booz, Sarr, and AD in the starting lineup.
This is why, like, they're so, like, weird because they drafted Trey Johnson last year. You have Keyshawn George. You have Trey Young. And then you go trade for AD.
you
It's
need
like,
a real offensive guard, though.
I'm with you, but you just leave no room for none of your, like, young players. That's why I like them. They're a weird spot for me.
Would you argue that they have allowed them the time to let me choose my words better.
Mhm.
Would you argue that in these 2 years it allowed them to grow in what could potentially be their role now that you know that you have in this scenario you have a top 2 pick where now you can get a game-changing guard offensively that can score the basketball efficiently, apparently, the way that he's shown me in college basketball at least. We'll see how it translates to the NBA. Alongside one of the better playmakers in the game in Trey Young. I feel like Keyshawn George can come in next season, and he can fulfill that role of being that 3-and-D player. I think who takes the largest hit without a shadow of a doubt is Bub Carrington, obviously.
And Trey Johnson.
And Trey Johnson
But then Keyshawn, too, because he had the ball a lot
Trey
when he
Johnson
played.
probably takes the biggest.
But I
hit.
also will say, this is a moment also where Bilal Coulibaly, he doesn't have to do anything more than what he's been excellent at, and that is defend, and that is really it.
Yeah, I just like the Washington's process has been weird to me because I feel like you've just drafted a bunch of guys that don't really fit well together, and then you haven't given them the proper. I don't want to say they haven't developed a ton this year because of the fact that you're tanking and you're not playing
They're terrible.
a ton. Yeah, and they're also you're supposed to be awful. You want to play your young guys.
It's weird. Washington is a bad team, yet they have players at positions of need where you kind of have to think about who do I want to draft exactly. Cameron Boozer, I would not allow the logjam they have at the front court and AD and Alex Sarr to deter me from drafting Cam Boozer because you don't know how reliable Anthony Davis is. But then at the same time, I think about the fit of Sarr and Boozer, and they need a real 5. I don't think that
Sarr
either.
could play the 5.
Maybe he can grow into it, but I think he's more of a 4. I don't think he has the physicality to play the 5 consistently. So I view him as a 4. And then the guard position, I feel like that's more open because you have Sar, and then AD, who's an all-star returning, which is why I would go Darryn Peterson, because I wouldn't allow having Trey Johnson to deter me from drafting Darryn Peterson. And he instantly becomes the go-to shot creator on that team. They're adding in Trae Young too, so we're going to see how that all meshes together. They did accelerate their timeline, and maybe with the second overall pick, they can make some noise in the East.
It's just weird. Where would Boozer fit in? Because if you didn't have Anthony Davis, in many ways, Trae and Anthony Davis cloud the roster construction, because now you don't have a specific need in the lineup. All 5 positions are in theory clear, and I like Keyshawn George, and I really like Trae Johnson. But I'm with you in the sense, if you draft Boozer and Anthony Davis is on the floor, you're going to be a competitive team, no doubt about it. But how is Boozer going to get those requisite opportunities and the minutes to fully develop and shine? For that's why I'm going to lean Darryn Peterson here.
Yeah, I think you're in the perfect spot where you don't have to go BPA because DP's sitting right there.
See, but I also think about it like Keyshawn George, Trae Johnson, Anthony Davis. Like, with respect to Trae, with respect to Keyshawn George, it is much easier to go ahead and put a guy above them.
Yeah, for sure. But then it goes back to why'd you pick him in the first place? You know,
they didn't know.
But again, this was Keyshawn George was what?
It's definitely a hindsight. No, Keyshawn I'm fine with. I think more Trae Johnson.
Trey Johnson was just
back
shooter,
at he was like
available.
8 or
7 or 8, something like that.
Yeah, Washington, I don't know. They're doing a lot of things I really don't understand right now. But next pick,
you guys know I like Bilal
so we're locking in
too.
Darryn
So.
Peterson.
Yes, we're locking in
Bilal
Darryn Peterson
ass,
at
man.
this
He's not
spot.
ass. He's not ass. He's a really good defender.
Yeah. D no 3 type.
The
vibe.
offense is
overall
really
pick.
lacking.
Who is it? The third overall
The
pick.
third overall pick is the Milwaukee Bucks.
Now this would be
I
a
don't think they
godsend.
have their pick.
They do.
I don't think they do.
They do.
Now let me ask you a question.
I don't think they do,
Godsend
They do.
because
I don't think
Trust me, they do.
I don't think they do.
If there's some protections on it, then maybe they won't. But I'm pretty sure that
I'm like 80% sure
where they are
swap?
slated in the lottery, they
is
have
this a
their
swap?
pick.
I think it's a swap.
It's a swap,
Like
John.
they're not getting this pick.
Yeah, Atlanta will receive the more favorable Milwaukee's 2026 first.
Yeah, I knew I was
and
tweaking.
New Orleans is 2026
Well,
first.
no, then it depends on where New Orleans is slated then.
Well, regardless, Atlanta
So
gets
as
the
of
favorite.
right now, so
This is Atlanta's
pick.
Yeah, running the lottery chances really messed it up because right now the Pelicans are worse than the Bucks. So their pick goes to Atlanta. I don't think that the Hawks have the Bucks and the Pelicans pick. It's one of those.
Well, let's just live it out like
no, they
real
have
life.
they have the better version of the 3.
It's all right. We can treat it like
Because
the
remember,
Hawks got
New
their
Orleans
pick.
gave Atlanta their pick.
Yeah, that's fine. Either which way you shake it. The Hawks have the 3rd pick overall
When they go BPA, it's Boozer.
easily.
Not even a thought. Figure it out later.
See, but that's interesting. Figure it out later is a good statement. You have Onyeka. It's not essential that he comes in. He can play the 4.
Boozer's
but
not playing the 5.
No.
Yeah.
Not at all. But I say that Jalen Johnson, do you make him the 3 now?
You can.
I feel like you can do that as well.
If the 3 starts to fall, I could
That's
see
the
it being
issue
better
for
than
sure.
the percentage, because he doesn't have an ugly looking 3. It just doesn't go in. He
'Cause
could play the 3 if he's making them more consistent.
That 3-point shooting lineup with CJ McCollum.
CJ gonna be back. He's expiring.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Did they extend Onyeka? I don't think they did.
Am I crazy for saying that the Hawks should bring back CJ McCollum? He's been really good for them.
Well, they should extend Onyeka 100%.
Yeah.
I think CJ's a good
For sure.
veteran. But no, Onyeka's been really good for them. And I think he's
And Onyeka's
if
in
he
contract
moves
next
to
year,
the bench, he's one of the best backup bigs in the league. But he can start. He's been
Well,
playing
I'm
really
taking
well.
Booze and I'm thinking about the rest later.
No, yeah.
disagree with
Cameron Boozer is the best player available here. It does go to Atlanta, so that means the Pelicans pick, wherever that gets slated to, that will belong to Milwaukee.
There we go.
So now the 4th overall pick,
The Chicago Bulls.
this is Caleb Wilson.
Caleb Wilson.
They
have
need
so
they
many
need front court
guards.
size.
Yeah.
They do have a lot of guards, but yeah, the biggest need for them is front court size. They need a real dude that can battle down low.
Him and Matas would be cute.
It'll be a very athletic transition team.
Yeah, I like it.
And that's where Caleb Wilson thrives the most, is in transition.
Yeah, much like Trae Johnson, who we had Darryn Peterson kind of taking his role with the Wizards with the previous pick. Noah Senga that took in the lottery last year become, an
He got
afterthought
hurt.
once you take
Well, I will
Caleb
say
Wilson.
this is a disastrous outcome for the Nets and for the Kings, who are 2 of the worst teams in the league, and they're not going to get a blue chip talent.
Not too much for the Kings. I feel like they need point guard.
They do. I
The
mean,
Kings
they're
need
pretty
everything.
mid, ridiculous. Yeah, they need everything. What's the next pick?
The Los Angeles Clippers.
So
At the fifth
Indiana
pick.
does not. This is 4.
this is 5.
This fifth.
This is
Because
4.
4.
It's
Four
5.
is the Bulls.
Yeah, 4 was the Bulls.
It's 5.
Fifth
Oh,
is the
tweak.
Clippers.
But so this is Indiana.
No, this is Clippers.
It's all right. The Clippers get it 5 through 9.
Yeah, if it
Oh,
falls
I'm
within
tweaking.
yes.
I'm sorry.
If it falls within
I'm
the 5 through 9 range, it
sorry.
belongs to the Clippers. So the Clippers have a point guard in Darius Garland. So they don't need it.
Probably bring back RFA.
Do you even think about drafting one of the point guards here? I don't think you do.
You trade this pick?
I think it's in consideration.
Yeah, what the Clippers needed is more front court and wing complementary players alongside Kawhi, and that's not really going to be a focal point of this board.
Are they going to reach on?
I think
A
that
big?
this pick can be a couple of players. The two in my mind
Why
right
not
now.
take Keaton Wagler here?
Keaton Wagler makes sense. Brayden Burries makes sense, and I think Yaxel makes sense. Maybe
Probably
5
Yaxel then.
5 is too high, but
Yeah,
the front court need immediate plug and play player that you know is going to be really good.
is
Yaxel.
Yaxel Lundenberg a top 5 pick?
Hell no.
You're not.
No.
You
Is he a
guys.
top 10 pick?
You guys aren't Nate
He
Ahmed.
probably
Yes.
might be top
He could,
10.
yeah, he could definitely be a top 10.
That's why
Could
if I'm
he
the
be,
Clippers, I'll probably trade this
Killian
pick.
Hayes with number 7 overall.
You
pick.
guys aren't Nate Ahmed guys.
Yeah.
Why? Wait, why?
No,
are you-
I'm saying someone
I'm
could
so
be taken in
confused.
top 10. Zaire Williams doesn't mean he's a definitive top 10 prospect whatsoever.
Well, those are reaches.
Yeah, Zaire Williams is a crazy reach.
Yeah, Yaxel
and
wouldn't be a reach.
I like
depending on the
Yaxel.
team.
I just don't think he's a top 5 pick.
I
I
think
think-
this is between Keaton Wagler and Brayden Burries.
I-
Those are the two.
If I'm the Clippers, I trade it back, try to get a little bit more value. But because they're stuck in a sticky situation. Who else we go to small forward? Who do we have?
They're talking about the Clippers.
Because I love
Kareem
Benedict
Lopez.
Mathurin.
Nope. Let's go.
But I don't think you're looking at Benedict Mathurin as the long-term shooting guard option because the scoring he gives you can be electric in moments, but there are a lot of things that he doesn't do consistently enough for you to pencil him as a starter every
I
night.
understand that. He could be a high-level 6-man.
Well, they're definitely bringing him
Hours.
back.
Yeah,
They
he's
are,
a
for
restricted
sure.
free agent this offseason. The top win on the board would be Nate Ahmed, who has been productive this year at Tennessee, but there's some questions given his efficiency.
We're
Would you guys
so
consider
cool.
him here?
I think Nate Ahmed is honestly he screams to me the biggest disappointment of all the top.
He should
10
stay
picks.
another year.
Or top 10 projected picks. I think Nate Ahmed, he doesn't shoot the ball well enough for me. He doesn't rebound the ball well enough for me. He doesn't handle the ball well enough for me. He's a tweener that isn't agile enough to play the 3, but he's not physical enough to play the 4 in the NBA. So that's where Nate Ahmed, to me, I understand the logic, and I think there probably is going to be a team enamored with his tools and how he looks physically. To me, this is Wagler or Burries. And I know, Riv, you're very high on Burries. Wagler's really good too.
Yeah, I don't know if he go this high.
Yeah, I'm selecting Wagler.
Wagler seems
I think
cool.
Wagler's a fine pick.
And the Clippers fucked us in this situation here. Wagler is 5. Here we go.
Stylistically,
But he
there's
could
a
play
little
the
bit of
3.
shade to Wagler's play style.
He can play 1 through 3. I think the versatility there
A
is pretty
slippery ball
important.
handler, he can put it, much like Shai, was thin, but I believe the ball handling and scoring diversity, it can make him someone with all-star potential in my book. So Keaton Wagler is the pick at 5. Number 6 is the Brooklyn Nets.
This is I think a guard.
This is Flemings.
What
This
about?
would be Darius Aiko.
I was gonna say,
Safety
do
guard.
you take the chance on the high upside offensive player?
I can't see myself taking Flemings over Aikoff here.
I think Nets would take Flemings.
Why?
I think he's been more consistent.
Is that a
He's a little
Jody
bit more
Fernandez
steady.
kind of guy?
I think so, yeah. Defensive minded guard.
He's low turnover averse. He protects the ball. I think the problem with
He's a low risk type of guard.
Flemings is the 3-point shot volume
Yeah.
of it. The second half of the college football season, second half of the college basketball season, his 3-point shot has fallen off. Darius Aikoff, there's clearly like offensive star written all over him. I think the Nets need a burst of shot creation.
They
I'm
can't
with
play
you.
it safe. They need to take a swing.
I think
And-
Flemings is just a Jordy guy. I think Acuff goes next.
Yeah, but if you're the Nets, you need to take the biggest swing on the best prospect, and you need shot creation sorely. Your best
with you.
shot creator is Michael Porter Jr., then Jaeger Diamond.
Well,
Wow.
see, the thing is, though,
Dioman.
That's what I said.
Nice.
Acuff isn't the outright best prospect.
He has the highest potential here for the Nets. in my
I
opinion.
think for upside,
Yeah.
it's not insane if you're the Nets to go for upside when
Yeah,
You've
I don't
been-
disagree.
really
if you don't, you're just
fucked
gonna be
over on
sitting at 20 to
picks.
30
No,
wins
I
next
disagree,
series.
but the guards of this class, like all 3-4 of those guards, there isn't a crazy different ceiling between any one of them.
I think that when it comes to Darius Aikoff Jr., if the Nets would be selecting here at this spot, you think about the play style, you think about the offensive profile. I think Darius Acuff, him and Mikal project to be the 2 stars offensively from this class, in my opinion. But Acuff Jr. is more consistent of a 3-point shooter. His efficiency was absurd all season long, and his playmaking is also really good. But you also got to think about the marketing aspect of it.
So take Mikal.
But the marketing aspect of it, Darius Acuff Jr., there's a lot of cachet behind his name.
That's true.
He's a if you are somebody that lives in a Brooklyn area, you're saying I want to go see Darius Acuff play. I think he puts people in seats. And if you think about it from what he provides skill set wise, and also the Nets just wanting to sell tickets too, I think that Darius Acuff is the most box office player.
I honestly forgot about Mikal Brown, but if you talk about swing for the upside, I take Mikal here. I forgot about him completely.
John, you got the computer. You're going Acuff?
Let's go Acuff, bro.
Darius Acuff is the pick. Number 7 is the Sacramento Kings.
I'd have went Acuff here.
This could be Mikal Brown Jr. This could be Kingston Flemings. They just need a guard.
Yeah, I'll probably go Mikal here.
I'm with that. So Mikal Brown, lock it in.
Yeah, I like Mikal Brown Jr.
So Flemings after yesterday's game, we're dropping him all the way to pick what? We're going 8 now, right?
His floor,
he was always 3 to me.
He's going to be top 10 for sure. Within the point guard hierarchy, him, Mikal, Darius, they're all pretty much interchangeable. It depends on what teams like and what they prefer more. But he did have a rough game, obviously. I think the thing with Mikal Brown Jr. that could drop him is just how serious is that back injury.
And his 3-point shooting is...
Yeah, but
No, it's
second half
He
of the
just was
year,
hurt.
he was supernova from 3, and he got off like 7-8 attempts a night.
Yeah.
And like he can get his shots off, especially in the pick and roll, and he's a very dangerous threat from the perimeter. So Mikal Brown Jr. is just the medicals with him. He didn't play in the tournament because of the back injury. They have said that he's had a back injury dating back to high school, and that's something that we saw Michael Porter Jr. not too long ago drop because of that. Michael Porter Jr. was supposed to be a top 3 pick, and then he dropped to the 14th pick because of the back injuries and the concerns. So it's really about Mikal Brown Jr. and like how healthy do you think his back is going to be? Because it's a big gamble for a Kings franchise to be like this player that might have these back issues we're taking with our pick.
Hey, man, they went back-to-back guards in both drafts and took Davion Mitchell. That'd be all right.
I like Mikal Brown Jr. here because I think he reminds me a lot of Halliburton. Not the playmaker that Halliburton is, but I think the ability to get off threes in the pick and roll consistently, just being the leader of an offense. He made some pretty incredible passes in college, and I think that his concern is really just the turnovers and can he protect the ball a little bit better, because that's the appeal for Kingston Flemings. This Kingston Flemings, he might not have the same offensive profile, but he takes care of the ball, he can get to the rim, and he's the most efficient of all these guards from the mid-range. Once he gets into that mid-range, he's pulling up.
It's like a fadeaway, too. It's hard to block.
He's shooting 47% on him, so he's pretty much automatic. But Mikal Brown Jr. goes here. What's the next pick?
Number 8 is the Dallas Mavericks.
This is Flemings.
Kingston Flemings. Yes.
Flemings a Phylon, man.
And number 9 is the Memphis Grizzlies. Now,
Phylon.
I'm not the highest in need of it seems like a very Memphis-y pick to take him here. Not because he went to Tennessee, just because they love taking these swings.
He's
on
fucking
these
horrible.
I like
man.
Yaxel in
It's
Memphis.
got Zaire
Memphis
Williams
horrible?
all over it.
No,
but
Nate Menace
mentioned
horrible, dog.
Why is he horrible?
He can't score in the half court. He can't score on 2s. He could barely shoot 3s. He can't dribble. He can't get past his defender. He can't bully his defender.
The Grizzlies will take guys that look the part and bank on their player development.
You don't think
Probably.
Yaxel is a thought here?
Yaxel is a Grizzly guy. I think it's Phylon.
'Cause
Yaxel right now is the better player, but he's going to be 24 years old.
Yaxel feels like the Brandon Clark replacement. Like just instant energy, plays defense.
They need a
They're
gonna crash the glass.
They need a younger player. They need a
They
younger
got
If
enough
you
quality
think
role players.
they need to swing for upside here, then I can see that. But are they really taking a guard when they have Ty
He's been
Jerome,
hoping.
Ja Morant still on the roster?
He's
Like,
not really.
They're
like,
taking a
their-
guard. Ty can play the 2. Scottie Pippen Jr. is going to be the backup.
But Cedric Howard plays it too.
Cedric can play the 3.
Cedric can't play the 3.
He could play the 3, but I don't know.
I don't think you're looking at this pick like, well, since we have Ty Jerome, we can't pick point guard.
But there's not a point guard here that sways me to be like, I think that's
Brayden
the pick.
Burries is the
I
one
think
guard.
Phylon is sitting right there.
I think Phylon is really good.
What do we like? Phylon is right. Who we gonna take? Nate fucking Ament? No.
You don't think Brayden Burries and Phylons is a conversation?
I don't think Brayden Burries is going this high.
Why not?
I think Fallon's a
mentioned
better
him before.
prospect. Yeah, I think he's gonna go late, like in the teens or like in the 20s.
He strikes me a little Golden State.
I would love
teams.
That would be
to
perfect.
get him.
I mean, I just think the thing with the thing with Brayden Burries is that Brayden Burries is a complementary player.
Yes.
LeBaron Philon, he is the leader of your offense. That is the
One of the
difference.
most improved players from year 1 to year 2 in college too.
I don't know if Memphis needs that more than just a complementary player because
Correct.
they have players that
Yeah,
can
Cam
initiate
Spencer,
offense.
They have
Wells,
complementary
Coward,
players.
They're filled with complementary
They
players.
need a guy that they need a lead offense.
similar to
You actually,
Brooklyn.
they named all
They
the
have like
complementary
5 or
players.
6 very good role players right now, but they need a high level.
Yo, if you don't like Fallon, just say that.
No,
bro.
I like Philon a lot.
Yeah,
I'm sipping the Kool-Aid, we can
Cam
take it.
Spencer, Ty Jerome, Scottie Pippen Jr., Cedric Coward, Jalen Wells, even KCP. They have a bunch of complimentary
Like
players.
I know that Acuff Jr. might have had more points against Philon in the matchup against Alabama, but Philon, it felt like his points were more impactful in that game.
I'm going to be honest. I'm kind of with John here. You just traded away Jaren Jackson Jr. This feels like an immense landing spot. It really does.
Oh my lord!
But John, did you say that because you
He did
thought
say
they were
that.
going to make the wrong pick?
for the Grizzlies this year.
Yeah,
I've seen them do this before. Zaire Williams.
because you think Nate Ament would be the wrong pick for Memphis.
I'm not the highest on him in the
Okay.
top 10. I wouldn't take him,
But
but
they
could I
are-
see Memphis taking him?
But Zach
100%.
Kleiman likes Tuesday guys.
It would be a very
Yes.
Isn't that what you said
This is
verbatim?
where I see him
This would be the
developing as
most
well.
Memphis thing possible, and I agree with you.
This is Santi Aldama.
Honestly, yes. So you're not
Okay.
thinking
Yes,
Santi Aldama
they
again.
have Nate Ament at home.
Bro,
Yes.
they're taking Philon, bro.
He's
If you want to take Fallon,
Yes.
it's fine. I'm just kind of playing devil's advocate here.
They need a lead
because
guard.
I'm very high on Brayden Burries.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am. You
No,
want to
you're
take
not.
Fallon over him? I'll take Brayden Burries here.
You're not high on Brayden Burries.
Yes, I
bro.
am. Yes, I
Philon's
am.
better. I like
They
Philon.
play different positions.
Not really.
I mean, I think Burries is more of a 2. Fallon's more of a 1.
They're both going to play
What's
one.
the verdict, fellas?
You think Burries playing 1 at the next level?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, I see that. Maybe he could do both.
They can do both.
I
agree.
would think the Grizzlies take Ament. That's my 2 cents.
I'm
guys do
saying
what you-
Philon and Ment's going to stay out of the year.
We can go Fallon.
Final one is we might see
The
the
Grizzlies-
slide down the board if Grizzlies ain't taking him.
The Grizzlies always have a way of like just transferring the power
no,
of
he
the
won't.
guards.
He'll go right there 2 picks later. He'll go right there 2
What's,
picks
what's,
later.
what's the next pick?
Philon at pick number 9 in Memphis. Number 10 is Atlanta. This might be attached to some pick swap here, but it's not built.
Is
So
to
if
this
they
Milwaukee?
this is the Pelicans
Okay.
selection.
be a Pelicans.
Okay,
Yes,
all right. So So they got another one.
All right, so the Pelicans.
No, that might be the Bucks. That's the Bucks.
We gotta fact check that.
It belongs to the Bucks
It's-
because the Pelicans traded their pick to Atlanta. But if Atlanta gets the
Atlanta gets the
the better
favorable
of
one.
the two is the Bucks, then that goes to Atlanta. But the Bucks get that pick.
Okay.
So this belongs to the Bucks. So we're picking for the Bucks right now.
Okay. They need anything.
The Pelicans don't have their pick.
Yes, the Pelicans do not have a first round pick this year. Damn. Giannis is getting traded this summer. I think we could all agree on that.
I'll go Brayden Burries here. I don't really think about it much.
Okay. I'm just let's look at the landscape of the team. Let's look at
Okay.
the landscape.
They
Ryan
have
Rollins.
nothing.
No, I'm saying, yeah, like Ryan Rollins is probably gonna be their lone guy.
Miles Turner and then
Bobby
everybody
Portis is,
else.
I think, they'll probably try to trade him, but he's on a contract. Kevin Porter Jr. got a player option. I think we'll probably accept it.
I just love the sound of Rollins and Burries backcourt.
I'm with you.
I think it's really disruptive.
What about Yaxel? Play
I
him at
think
the three?
Yaxel's another
Yaxel's
good
a
guy.
good player too.
Yaxel's a Jersey guy too.
What about I like a Daymera here too.
What does it have to do with Milwaukee?
What did he say?
Just want to shout him out as a Jersey guy.
Okay.
No,
I was back on
Look,
5
look,
minutes
look,
ago.
look,
No.
no, stop, Drew, stop. He disrespected you.
No, as a man, he did just disrespect you.
No, I mean, is that not an honest question?
He disrespected you. What are you gonna do?
Bro, I don't care.
Interesting.
I just
No.
I thought we were picking from the Jersey Nets.
Interesting.
Yo, I don't know, for the length, for the size, get
Cool.
back to a certain identity, let's go to Yaxel. He can't shoot. That's the issue.
Are
This is-
you?
this is
are you-
Milwaukee. I feel
are
like they
you
need a young
operating under
player.
the assumption that Giannis is not getting traded, or Giannis is gone.
No, I'm operating under the assumption that Giannis is still on the team.
Oh, I'm operating. He's gone. They need young talent.
we're entering Dwight Howard and Orlando levels of can you just pick a side and get out of Milwaukee or just
I'm picking.
stay there for
That's
the
what I'm
rest of
saying.
your
Like
life?
I
I'm kind of
genuinely,
over this whole is Giannis staying thing. I
he's
really-
staying.
I still do,
4.5,
and
5.
I think that if Giannis is on the team, then Burries makes the most sense.
If he's gonna stay in Milwaukee, I'm fine with it. I'm tired of hearing.
So Burries
him
just plays the two.
deliberate
Ryan
whether or
Rollins
not
on
stay.
ball. Apologize, John. Go
You're
ahead.
good. I'm tired of hearing whether or not deliberating if he's gonna stay or not.
That's why. So let's just stay on the side that Giannis stays. He's a Milwaukee Buck. So you're on the side that Ryan Rollins, the one, number two, and then Byron Burries is just spot up.
See, the Burries is
No,
CA.
he's not the spot up, but Ryan Rollins and him, they can interchange ball handling responsibilities because Brayden Burries, he can spot it from three.
He's not much of a playmaker. That's the only reason I asked.
Brayden Burries, yes,
He
exactly.
could do a little bit of everything.
But that's the thing is like he can shoot really well, so he can play off the ball. He can play off the catch.
Yeah.
But he can occasionally get the ball, dribble, drive, and finish.
So do you want two?
I think he's just more of a natural two.
Because
That's
that's
how I
essentially
view
two.
him.
We're essentially saying we want two off-ball guards in the backcourt.
Well, Ryan Rollins has been on ball a lot.
But I think that's more of necessity as opposed to what you actually want him to do. And Brayden Burries, you kind of want him off ball in a sense. That's his best role.
I
So
think
we're essentially putting two back
Is it
off ball
wrong?
guards.
Like I feel like
Burries and Rollins.
Are we
It's
thinking about CA?
Christian Anderson. I mean, he's 6 foot.
Yeah, that's true.
It's
He's
a
small.
very small backcourt
He's
at that point.
can we get some size in Milwaukee?
We need to get some young talent. With all due respect to Yaxel, they need youth.
Nate Ment's also on the board.
Jesus
Kareem
Christ.
Lopez. I want to ask,
Kareem
what's
Lopez. Are we
going to
what's
New
Brayden
Zealand?
Burries' draft comp? Because it's given a little bit of Manuel quickly.
Ooh,
Wait, who's
he's
draft
bigger.
comp?
Brayden Burries. He's 6'4", so he's
Yeah.
maybe 2 inches tall.
He's also like,
Yeah.
he's bigger.
So I've
a
seen
nice
the
comp, though. Good job.
I've seen the Derek White comp thrown around. I know
That makes sense.
Pierre tweeted that, like cleaning of the glasses, Burries, and it's Derek White. I think there's some things that are similar within their two games. Draft Twitter, they love to nitpick everything, so they used a bunch of, but the block percentage wasn't the same. It's just more so like a complimentary guard is what I got from it. And Brayden Burries,
Let's go Bears.
he can shoot, he can defend,
Yep.
he can pass a little bit. And I think those skills, just the two skills, being able to shoot and defend, those are at a premium in today's NBA. Even with Rollins at the one, and I think that can be a backcourt that is a steady backcourt, and I think you're fine with rolling with that. And then when you trade Giannis, you get maybe Alperen Sengun in the front court and Jabari Smith or something.
Berries. Here we go, baby.
Brayden Burries at pick number 10.
A lot of guards, man.
Now, number 11 is the Golden State Warriors.
This is Yaxel.
Yeah.
This is Yaxel.
Yaxel is hell, actually.
Yeah. This is screams Yaxel.
I wish Brayden
I
fell.
don't trust the Warriors to develop
The Ament? No.
Not at all.
Brother, we have to stop with the cement shit.
I mean, he's gonna get drafted very soon.
This
After-
Yaxel pick is if
We'll
like
see.
Golden State, instead of selecting Kuminga, just selected Franz Wagner. Just go with the safe guy. Don't go for upside. Just go
Michigan
with the
guy
safe
too. Good analogy.
Yeah.
I wish
just
Phylon
go with the
would've
safe
fell.
guy.
The Phylon value was a plus 12. Well, really, they say he was picked 12 spots early based off this big board.
So, hey, plus 12, baby.
So that means you're highest on Phylon.
Hell yeah, that's my
Yeah,
dog.
plus 12. Which
I
means he
Phylon.
was ranked like probably
21.
21.
And he won at
Yeah.
9.
Okay. Awesome. Now 11th pick is Portland.
12th pick.
12th pick is Portland. Koa Pete.
This is a weird team to draft.
Yeah.
Warriors.
Nah, then I would go stand back after
They have
that.
so much in the front court, especially
They
after
do have hella front court players.
They don't need a center. We know that.
No. Klingon, we're climbing up the rankings quickly.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. If Phylon dropped, I would have pulled the trigger.
Really?
Because I just don't know if Scoot is the long-term answer. That's really it.
But
Here's
Dame's
the
coming back
reality.
next year.
I'm not gonna give up.
Dame's
but I
coming back
might
next year.
soon.
Dame is coming back next year, but
It's
he's like
unhealthy
going to be
relationship for guys
37
like
coming
us.
off an Achilles.
That's true. Let's go. Damn, who else do we have left?
Kareem Lopez, Thomas Hawk, Hannah Steinbach, Braylon Mullins. The
Koa
Pete.
board.
Say his name. Ament. He's still on the board.
Name it.
Let's call it Pete,
They have
man.
a million wings.
They have a ton of wings.
Call it Pete.
Notably,
Cole
Denny,
Pete, Cole
Timani, and Jeremy.
I didn't know Kobe was as decorated as he was.
Yeah.
Number one player in Arizona, from Chandler, from the Phoenix area. He was a beast. People have been kind of underwhelmed with how he's been this college season. I know there are some people that disagree with how I feel about Koa Pete. I just think Koa Pete's like a
Ooh.
perfect plug-and-play player. He can rebound and play defense, but some people worry about him lacking a position in the NBA,
Mhm.
and that makes him less effective. And also, offensively in the half court, you're really not getting much from
Right.
him.
Because
Let
the
me-
lack of a 3-point shot. One who he reminds me of a little bit, Kellen Johnson. A little bit.
Christian Anderson. Thoughts? Need a guard. Sniper.
It's not
I
a
have a,
yeah.
Can play make very nice.
I feel like we could find better.
I mean, for them, for the need of, like, this is a team that has had, whether you agree or not, the luxury of being bad for a while and collecting assets.
Yeah.
I think they're finally putting it all into a positive product. And I feel like this is fine to not go best available, but positional need. And I think Christian Anderson is positional need, albeit maybe a bit undersized, 6'3", but has a ratchet, can play make at a relatively high level. I think that for where they're at in the draft, I can understand if we want to go best player available, but if you don't have a concrete person of who that is, let's go Christian Anderson.
Yeah, because their guards next year would be Dame, Drew, Shaden off the bench, and Scoot hypothetically. So if taking a point guard here is essentially saying you're done with Scoot.
I wouldn't say that. I want to say what it is more than anything is a kick in the ass to Scoot.
How about Dalen Swan?
I was pointing to that on the draft board.
Dylan Swain?
Dylan Swain,
that's how you say it?
Texas.
Yes.
Yeah. I like that pick out of left field. But what Portland needs most is 3-point shooting. They're 29th in 3-point shooting percentage. Bad news. There's really one shooter on the board.
Cameron Carr.
So Koa Pete.
Mullins out of.
If you're looking for 3-point shooting, Koa Pete's off.
Cameron Carr is another shooter from Baylor. If you want to grab him, this might be a little early. That's why I think Dalen Swain.
Swain is my out of left field pick. I'm considering that very heavily.
What did he shoot from 3?
35.
He's a good 3-point shooter.
Christian Anderson shot 44% from 3.
If we want to go to Gara, we can. I just think right now they're probably looking for complementary players. They'll have. I do think they'll have Dame playing, Drew playing next year, so they'll have that veteranship up at the top. They'll probably give Scoot another year.
They're gonna have a cute team.
Yeah, I like Swan here. I do. I think just bring in another Swain. Sorry, I do. I'm sorry, Swain, for messing up your name repeatedly. I do think they just need to bring in complementary players. Also, Denny Avi is on the ball a ton. Shaden Sharp's gonna still be there. Year 3 clinging. You got stuff like that going on. So I think right now, I like that pick here. But listen, if you want to go CA for another guard, we can, because Drew can play the 2.
It does seem like nobody else wants to go Christian Anderson. So
I just think there's other spots.
What's the ceiling with Christian Anderson in the NBA?
I don't know. He's a 6-foot guard.
Issue is it's 6'3". Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I don't feel strongly about any pick the Blazers can make here. I think that they have a very weirdly constructed roster right now where they have an influx of talent, but also vets and some players on bad contracts. Think of Jeremy Grant. With the vets, they have Drew, and you're also saving a spot next year for a 37-year-old Dame coming off an Achilles injury. So you're going to have Drew, Dame, and Jeremy Grant taking up minutes unless one of those guys gets moved. I mean, where is the room for a guard to really grow here? Like, I think Christian Anderson can get drafted here, and if they still have Scoot, he could not even play. So
it's a lottery pick.
That's why this pick feels weird to me.
The lottery pick.
I like Anderson a lot. He's a really good offensive player, but I don't feel strongly about anything. They really can't take center here because they took Jan Hansen last year, and they have Klingon. What the hell? Like, there really is nothing here that I'm like, wow, they need that.
My pick's Dalen Swain out of Texas.
Just do it.
All right, Swain at number 12. Number 13 is Oklahoma City via the Clippers.
Are they the Ament team?
Well, Usman Dieng all over again?
Literally. That's what I was thinking. It's
what do they need? Shooting. 3-point shooting.
They just got that Jordan McCain.
No, exactly. They have that. That's their Christian Anderson.
Koa Pete fits what they do defensively, but if you probably want more spacing.
Dortz is on he's on expiring. Are they gonna bring him back? I think so. You got to start thinking about Isaiah Hartenstein and that $30 million. You're gonna need to get fill outs.
I like Alan Graves, Santa Clara.
I like Pat here.
Patrick Ganga.
Yeah, and that means Hartenstein can be just a little bit. You can start feeling a little bit better about it. Obviously,
last year.
That's what I'm saying. Obviously, he's coming off the injury, the Achilles or ACL, whichever one. Yeah, ACL.
They're just leaning heavily into front court.
Yeah, or just trying to find these replacements for guys like Dort, for guys like Hartenstein eventually.
Because they've had a lot of success with guards.
But OKC also is the type to take just BPA and then trade them. So.
Because for me, I'm not looking at any guards here. They already have AJ, obviously Shai,
Kaysen Wallace,
Isaiah Joe. Like, they have guards.
So wing.
And Jerry McCain. It's really between wing and center. And if there's not a wing here that really you're intrigued by.
Are you guys Krim Lopez people?
That is an upside.
He's all right.
I haven't watched much of Kareem.
I like Cameron Carr.
They don't need to take.
I like Cameron Carr here too.
OKC feels like they only take swings though.
Yeah, they already took one on Topic, right? They have so many players you can only develop a certain amount.
Was Topic's swing?
Not really.
He was supposed to be like that, man. It's unfortunate.
It's just that was a
Of
weak
course,
draft.
He tore his ACL and he fell in the draft,
It's
but it was a
heartbreaking.
swing because he wasn't. There's a lot of potential there for him in that class to be one of the best players.
They were
but
glazing him
he had
as
to
a
develop.
driver.
yeah, he was a very good driving prospect, but he still had to develop a lot, and
Yep.
he needed playing time. And unfortunately, he's just getting that now.
Their
year and a half later.
swing was probably Josh Giddey. That was their swing.
And it got them Caruso. And got
Good.
them a championship.
It's good. I like the Patrick.
Well, Dean
shot.
was the other
Yeah.
swing. They
Okay,
can't
I
develop
like Pat here.
15 players, and you've got 13 rotation.
If
players in your
Hartenstein
roster.
gets priced out,
I mean, let's be honest.
I think
They've
that's good, too.
developed damn near everyone. Except for Dieng
Yeah,
and Topic.
well, they don't need this pick.
Oh,
This
agreed.
pick's not going to
well,
play.
Usman Dieng is also a swing.
He
too.
was a
Yeah,
swing.
and it was someone never played.
They've had mistakes.
He's been
taking
playing well in
swings.
Milwaukee.
Yes.
Granted, it is March.
March
All
runs
right,
can be
that
we have to
matters.
make a
Yeah,
selection
we have to
here.
put that in
Get
the
ready.
play. Yeah.
It's my favorite time of the year.
Yeah. Watch it be a bunch of dudes just wilding.
This is when you find out next season breakout.
Yes, sir.
This is when those inconsistent all year long players win you
is
fantasy
Jalen
leagues.
This
Green,
is
Tom
this.
Deshaun.
Hey, let's find our next Austin Reeves. Let's
This
find
is
it.
where Ace Bailey drops 51 against Drew in the playoffs.
he's been tweaking.
I'm not gonna lie. Fuck you for bringing that up, bro. That shit pissed. You seen
Ace Bailey.
You seen Tumani Kamara,
Oh man, I don't want to see it.
bro? He dropped 50
That's
on
how
your
you know.
ass.
shit.
That shit was lit.
Shit.
So who we picking?
I like
It's one and the same
Patrick.
thing.
I like
Yeah,
Patrick.
I think Pat.
Is this
Big
early for him?
Nah, this is around where he should get picked.
I think he's a lottery talent.
Yeah, he should get picked between 10 and 16.
Okay, now with the final pick in the lottery, the Orlando
Magic, which belongs to the
Yeah.
Memphis
Should
Grizzlies.
be the Grizzlies pick.
Or actually, I
here.
think that's incorrect because this year I'm pretty sure that the Suns pick went to Memphis, and I think next year is the start of Orlando's pick going to Memphis.
Double check.
so this might be Orlando's pick actually.
All right, now for the selection, best players on the board: Nate Iments,
You gonna double check that? Or
Thomas Hawk. I can only do so many things at once. Kareem Lopez, Hans Steinbach, and Braylon.
Ah, well
Harris.
done, John. No, well done.
Interesting.
So those are the.
Do you,
Nah, nah.
you think that would have been the same reaction if Joel said that?
No,
Okay.
not at all. But
Or
you know,
Dell's.
maybe.
Interesting.
Maybe. Here's the thing. That guy
Love it.
and him, it's a little different.
Look,
Dells,
look.
it's a little questionable. But Dells, maybe. Give it like a 20% chance.
They see
Okay,
the
so
same
no,
milk.
this is Memphis's pick. They're picking again.
I know.
Yes.
Desmond Bain.
Desmond Bain.
Nobody listens to me anymore.
What happened?
I don't know. John is here.
Mm.
So we're picking for Memphis again. John?
What do you
Nate
mean
Iments.
by that?
What I mean by what?
Nate Iments.
If he fell down this
Ah!
far, it's
This is
destiny.
the spot.
He sucks, bro. He should go back.
This is the
You can run
spot.
from
It's
it.
Nate
You're
Iments.
not going to escape it. Nate Iments.
Give me
Let's-
give me Koa Pete.
Let's.
No, Nate Iments. Send
Let's-
it, John. Come on.
What else do we
I'm
have?
sorry.
I've gotten all my picks vetoed.
No, we're doing it.
Thank
That's what I
you.
want.
Nate Ament?
Let's
Nate
do
Iments.
it.
Thank
This,
you.
this is Zach. Way to think like Zach Kleiman.
I hate him. I really
Kleiman
do.
or
Is he a
Iments?
Jersey guy or no?
No.
Okay.
He did work in the city though on law before going to
Why do you know
BGM.
that?
How the
I
fuck?
did a YouTube
Why do
video
you
on
know
it.
that?
Okay.
That's how.
On Nate Ament?
Good hook.
On Zach Kleiman.
Oh,
3
okay.
years ago.
All right, so we're going Nate Ament. Jesus
So
Christ. I
then-
want to let it be known I did not agree with that pick.
So
Okay,
what? A man
no.
would drop out of the first round if it was up to you?
Brother, he's going to drop out the lottery.
They
He's
said
projected top 8.
Nah, bro, don't fall for that
similar
shit.
things last year about Jaeger Diamond, and he was a top 7 pick. He was going to fall very much in the draft, and the Nets sipped on the Kool-Aid, and he had a solid rookie season. Now, the draft recap.
Funny
wanna do it?
enough,
Let's do the draft recap.
Jaeger was better than Nate.
Yeah. Number 1, the Utah Jazz took AJ Dybantsa. Number 2, the Wizards selected Darryn Peterson. Number 3, the Bucks pick went to the Hawks via a 3-way team pick swap. Third pick to Atlanta was,
Cam
this was,
Boozer.
we took Cam Boozer for Atlanta?
100%.
We did.
Damn. Okay. Yeah. I'm tripping. Number 4 was the Bulls taking Caleb Wilson. Number 5, the Clippers taking Keaton Wagler. 6, the Nets taking Darius Acuff Jr. 7, Sacramento took Mikael Brown Jr. 8, Kingston Flemings goes to Dallas. 9, the Grizzlies selected LeBarion Fallon Jr. 10, the Hawks pick went to the Pelicans pick went to the Hawks. They took Brayden Burries. 11, the Warriors took Yaxel Lindenberg. 12, the Blazers took Dalen Swain. 13, the Clippers pick went to Oklahoma City. They took Patrick. I can't pronounce his last name.
Gonga, they said.
Patrick Ganga.
Yes.
Okay, there's a B in there. I'm going to have to do my research here. And with the last pick in the lottery, the Memphis Grizzlies selected Nina Ment using the Orlando Magic's.
Also, just so we have a bit of a correction, that swap between the Hawks, that's Milwaukee's pick, not the Pelicans. Milwaukee drafted. Who did Milwaukee draft? That you said?
Brayden Burries.
Brayden Burries.
Yes.
Just want to make sure we clarified.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's listen to Patrick Gongba. I think it might be Gongba pronunciation. YouTube video.
My name is Patrick Gongba.
Gungba.
Gongba. So it's not Gong, it's Gongba.
Patrick
Gongba.
Gungba.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, say it 5 times.
I'll tell you what. Some of
Gungba.
some of these mock drafts really humble me. It makes me realize how difficult some players' last names can be to pronounce. You know, it's
That
not easy sometimes.
easily is the hardest part.
Jaeger
of scouting.
Diomi last year, I probably mispronounced his name 5 different times before I maybe have gone.
You kind
right.
of still learn from it.
It's Diomen.
Yeah, Diomen.
Yegor Jemin.
That's
No,
not
it's
how you
Diomen.
pronounce it.
Yegor Jemin.
Diomen.
Yegor Diomen.
Diomen. No, straight up Diomen.
I'm done with this.
Yeah.
No,
Diomen.
I don't
I'm
know.
not joking. For whatever fucking reason, I watch Nets
Close enough.
highlights. It's Diomen.
Diomen.
It's Diomen.
Diomen. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Pay attention.
Because do you hear the announcer?
Patrick Gongba. There's really only
Gungba.
and like
Gongba.
Key and Wagler's another one is Vogler. Key and Vogler. It's not Wagler, it's Vogler.
Type shit.
That's how they say his name in the broadcast.
Do you have the matching hoodie for this?
So John, let me get this straight. So you went
I wouldn't have laughed if you didn't laugh.
you went to the store. Did they have the matching sweater or no? Or you just the sweats? No, we're just asking like
You're a goofball.
See, John, I just wanted to be known.
Bro, I wouldn't have laughed if he didn't laugh, bro.
I
Like,
wouldn't have said nothing if you didn't say nothing.
no, I just asked. That's a normal question. Like, yo, bro, you got the tech hoodie with it?
You didn't like the hoodie?
Yo, bro, you got it.
No, it's like
no,
Are
I
these
want
even
it.
Nike Tech?
They're not Nike.
I was gonna say
Aero Pastel.
those are the Fikey.
I don't know, bro.
No, sometimes you go.
Why would you ask?
No, I'm saying sometimes you go to a store and you don't like the matching set. You just buy.
Then you don't buy nothing of it.
No,
No, it's killing me that you're crying.
It's not a matching set. When I went to the store.
So there was no like hoodie buy when you bought it. It was just the sweatpants.
Well, I never got this from the Nike store. It's not Nike pants.
Aeropostale sells sets too.
Bro, what are you saying?
You say you got them at Aeropostale.
Yeah.
I said they sell sets too. So you just saw the sweats just laying around. There was nothing by it.
Well, I would presume when I bought these,
I think what's killing me
it was
is
in a
that
section
this
with
shit
the sweatpants.
is destroying John's brain. He wants this shit done.
My fault, John.
Now I went to Snipes today, and I bought a hoodie.
There's nothing
but
wrong with asking a question, Riv.
No,
That's
I
fine, I
didn't.
agree.
I didn't buy the matching sweats though. I didn't buy the matching sweats with the hoodie. No, I did not.
Well,
I only
typically,
like the
if you're
hoodie.
buying
I-
sweats at the store, it's not always going to be in a matching set. A lot of time, it'll be dedicated to a section like shirts with shirts, followed up with other shirts.
I don't know.
and
Activewear
pants.
usually be sets. Like activewear usually comes with like sweaters, at least from what I've seen. But that's all I'm
It's
gonna
tricky.
say.
It's tricky. Sometimes I get what he's saying. Sometimes,
But
that is
yeah,
like that,
there's sections where it's just sweatpants. Definitely like that, or when there's more color selections, they'll just put those out there.
You
by
also are a
themselves.
quarter zip demon.
Yeah.
Quarter zip with sweats.
Yo,
Yo, bro. Yo, bro. What the fuck is going on, bro? Bro said quarter zips and sweats is crazy.
Oh shit!
I ain't even realized. Damn, you do got sweats on.
No, Joel, the dick riding. It's been insane. Oh my God, it was straight 15 minutes. Holy shit.
Ah, shit. Damn. My fault, John.
What are you apologizing for?
If I'd have known that, I started that. I never asked.
So it's OKC and Boston a finals preview.
Ain't nothing to apologize for. Tissue.
That's funny. Go to zip with the sweats.
It's
Damn.
just one of those days.
Let me ask you, John.
I promise I don't miss being the punching bag of the show. I swear to God, I don't miss it.
Well, like sometimes people wearing a suit, but like they're wearing like regular pants, but not like dress pants.
Uh-huh.
Like ain't no one on the show can see my pants. I got a belt and a
You know what?
computer
It's
covering
an
them.
excellent fucking.
They
No,
can't,
for
they
sure.
can't see what I'm
I
wearing. right now.
100%.
I could be
You
wearing-
sniped this shit. You're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I
No,
could be wearing
no, because
knit-tie
I'm
shorts
seeing
and
him right
everything.
now. But 100%. When we used to have the table for the show, I would wear something as my top, and as my bottom, I wear shorts and sweats because nobody could see it. Like nobody can see that John's wearing sweats right now, unless we mention it.
Or that his dogs are out.
Yeah.
The rug is very comfy. I don't blame him.
I'm
Well, I
jealous.
was asked to have my dogs out, so I said, "Yeah, I got you."
Who asked you? But meanwhile, you got your fucking shoes on?
No, I said you could any way you prefer.
No, Joel gave me the option.
Oh.
I walked. He's like, "Yo, I like the
I
rug."
thought he
I'm
said,
like, "I
"Yo,
like
take
the
your
rug."
shoes
He's
off.
like,
Yeah,
"Have
that'd
you-"
been funny.
He was like, "I like the rug." I'm like, "I like the rug." He's like, "Have you
Get
tried
your
the rug
feet out.
without shoes on?" And I'm like, "No, I haven't yet." He's like, "You want to try it?" I'm like, "Yeah." I picked the him. Took off my shoes.
No, it's comfortable. Your feet kind of soak into this rug. There's a lot of cushion with it. It
Yeah,
feels
for sure.
it feels very comfortable.
I'll be honest with you. Rug clears hardwood floor.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, I mean Riv right now he got his dog.
Whenever
too.
you guys come to my apartment, whenever that may be, who
Whenever
knows?
you decide to invite your friends. Whenever you figure that out, you let us know.
the news dropped, people reacted to it very differently. That Wembanyama is now number 1 in the MVP ladder.
Oh.
How did you guys feel about that? Because it's fresh off a debate that we had on the show. Drew and Riv got into this debate about Wemby. And I mean, now Wemby's number 1 in the MVP ladder. Riv, how did you feel seeing that? A list that essentially it's stamped that Wemby's best player this season.
What?
No,
I
no,
see
no.
what you're trying to do.
Good, that's a good statement.
Yeah, I see what you're trying to do. I felt no way about it. Truthfully, I really didn't feel anything about it. It was weird to me how Luka dropped so far. He was like 2
How
last
he
week.
dropped 2 spots is fucking
Yeah, he
nuts.
He
went to,
dropped and played incredible.
way better.
There is nothing to drop him over outside of
I
one
think
game.
it was the Pistons
We
game.
lost
Yeah.
to the
Pistons game.
Pistons.
That's it.
And we spoke about that when it happened.
Yeah, that was
Joel
funny.
and I both said it. That's it. MVP cooked.
Yeah, they dropped him right after that.
Hate to see it.
We
I
lost
I
to
got
the
another
Pistons
question for you, though,
without
Riff.
Cade, though.
What's up? Talk to me.
My other question is, who do you believe, just in a vacuum, not MVP, who's been the best player this season?
That's yeah.
Okay. Data Ball would disagree.
Yeah, get fucking hit with analytics, asshole.
In terms of what?
Mr. Data Baller himself.
The on and off for Wemby is a much bigger swing than
Because of the defense, yeah.
Shai. It's, I think, a plus 14. When you take into account offense and defense, it's plus 14. And with Shai, it's like plus 8.
Yeah. I've seen that before.
So that to you, that doesn't show that you think Wemby's been the best.
Get Data Baller.
No.
Okay.
It's
I
just,
see.
it's just like, if it's just on and off, yes.
Take these data balls in your mouth.
He got hit with analytics.
No, but if it was just on and off, like Wemby's on and off has been amazing. SGA has been great too. But no, there's just other metrics that prove that SGA has been the best player in the world.
Okay.
He's just been the most consistent all year.
Box plus minus. SGA's got it by hair.
He does have the EPM.
But you know who
No, he's
Wemby
beating him
just
by
passed?
a good
You know
margin.
who
in
Wemby
EPM.
just passed in BPM? Your GOAT. Your GOAT.
He'll never touch you on
Jokic.
PR. He won't come close.
PR.
PER.
Fucking guy.
Player
How about,
efficiency
his
sound
rating.
like a
over
Luka guy.
replacement?
Did you guys see all the crazy controversy behind Jokic's assists?
Bro, the video was nuts.
No, that is
Yeah, the video was
hilarious.
nuts, bro. Like, did you see the assist they were giving him?
Yeah, but those have always been
I
assists
was
for
gonna say,
anybody.
No, I
but
know,
do
that's
you-
like,
do you want
it
to
was
know what that
crazy.
reminds me of? And this is super niche to our show specifically. Remember when we had that conversation about Ben Simmons? Obviously, we know Jokic is leaps and bounds better, But I'm just like, yo, yeah, like fucking 12 assists. What are you doing? And then you came to me, you're like, did you watch him? Like, watch the 12 assists. And like 7 of them are handoffs. 7 of them are straight up the easiest pass that leads to just a couple, like maybe like the guy makes a move and he goes and he gets a bucket. But like, what really warrants an assist? But yes, it's always been an assist. So what? Because it's Jokic now, we're gonna nitpick that he's gonna average a triple-double again. Well, how many of these assists are actually real? Well, it's been tracked as an assist since Stockton's been around, and maybe that's a questionable thing too. Whatever.
It reminds me of 2 things: Domantas Sabonis assists, and it reminds me of.
God bless.
We had a conversation I think a year ago on the show when we talked about the difference between Jokic's assists and Shai's assists, and I said Jokic, his assists are a little juiced up with all the dribble handoff actions he does. He's clearly an elite playmaker. Nobody's denying the playmaking, but the dribble handoffs, like you saw in the video, like you can hand it off to somebody, it could come off your screen. They take 2 dribbles and mostly create their own shot, and it still counts as an assist.
The dribble handoff for the center is OP. Of course you should run it.
That's why
Not
Jalen
everybody
Williams
can do it though.
be averaging triple double sometimes.
Quite literally, Jokic is one of, if not the strongest player in the NBA, and he's an amazing passer.
I also do think there's something to part of the action is you screening off a defender, and that is in essence an assist too. And it made me come to the conclusion that we should probably start tracking screen assists as a real box score stat.
JJ Redick, well done.
Rudy
Screen
Gobert,
assists are a stat.
they're a stat.
Bro, did you go back in time
stat.
and watch what's JJ Redick's old podcast called?
Old Man in the Three?
Bro, he had this whole fucking spiel exactly about this.
This is what makes
it's a
Gobert
great point.
a useful offensive player.
It's a great point. Like Gobert, he provides so much value offensively with the screen assist. Somebody else, and this is why spacing isn't always shooting, is also Steven Adams. Steven Adams has been on teams where he's improved the spacing because his screens knock defenders out of the play, and that creates open space for players coming off those handoffs.
Screens, sealing.
Bam too.
One of the players in this draft who's really good sealing Thomas Hawk.
Yeah.
Being able to open driving lanes, and I think he can go in the lottery.
That could be an
one of his
OKC
best
player
skills.
right there, too.
Yeah, I think
Same
but to go back to your point, and here's the thing that I've noticed about conversations we had, because I was looking at the debate we had, and I saw on Twitter people were talking about I'm the Wemby hater, he's the SGA hater, and I think it
said I was a lot to Wemby.
Yeah, and I think like people be throwing me off because it's like when we were debating, we never said anything bad about the other player's game. Like I didn't say anything bad about Wemby's game. He didn't say anything bad about SGA's game. It was literally just two old players. Yeah, and it was like people took that as like, oh, we're hating because we don't think one guy is better than the other. And it's like weird because it was like, bro, we're just talking about 2 great players playing at the best of their abilities. One guy just we think trumps the other. So the people are gonna take it as, oh, Rip's probably upset that Wemby over-trumped him at number 1. When no, in reality, I don't care. But like people think that. I don't know. I just find it funny that Drew sent it, but he didn't care about the poll, the MVP poll that I sent like a month ago.
What do you mean?
Like he didn't give a fuck. He said, bro,
of course I have.
He said, fuck that. Who do you think's the MVP? And I was like, oh, okay. Well, because we were having the Kawhi conversation, and Drew didn't care about the straw poll MVP. He didn't care about that.
I've been said
but then he said the MVP ladder, and I was just like,
SGA was at the top.
Interesting.
He was at the top. When we did our MVP at that time, I said my MVP is SGA number 2, Victor Wembanyama number 3, Luka Doncic. I capped. I think I probably said Jokic, but nevertheless, I put my money where my mouth is. Put a little splash on it.
Polymarket.
Yeah.
Had to. And now, seeing the odds jump in my favor, seeing this straw poll where Victor Wembanyama is potentially now the leader of the MVP.
He's actually nowhere near it.
Okay, see, like you could say that, and maybe that's true, maybe that's false. Nevertheless,
well, the true statement is that on Polymarket, Shai 73% to win MVP. Wemby did jump up to 20.6%.
Because remember when SG was at like 89?
Oh shit, he dropped to 70.
So on Polymarket, Shai is very much still the MVP, but Victor Wembanyama is catching up. And you can use your code PAS26 for a free $20 on Polymarket.
Free 20.
Yes.
Now,
The odds shifted when he went up there and talked that shit on the podium.
God bless.
And
That shit
Luka's
moved
number
me.
3, which I think is correct, and Jokic is 4.
Yeah.
So you think that's where it changed when he went out and vouched for himself?
100%.
Okay.
100%.
Well, he
It's always gonna
also
change.
okay. On top of the fact that yes, he did vouch for himself. The Spurs have lost 1 game since the start of February. His plus minus is mind-boggling, stupid. He's been wildly efficient. He's been the best defender. We know this. So I guess I just want to make sure we understand that.
No, yeah, I think I have it ingrained that he's
Thank
a
you.
two-way player.
Yeah.
No,
but the odds-
not a two-way.
But the odds,
best.
the odds didn't shift until that specific video came out, and then I think they played a game or so what it was.
So another thing that boosted his odds or should help him, they played the Nuggets.
Mhm.
He didn't play. They lost. Good game. Respectable loss from the Spurs, not having your best player. They lost. That is their only loss. I think they've lost twice since the start of February. One with Wemby, one without.
Yeah.
My issue is that if Victor Wembanyama wins MVP, you are setting a historical precedent that has never been set for any player in NBA history before. In 15% of his season, he has come off the bench. You can argue in 10% of his season, he did not play at all. He missed 15 games this year with injury. The Spurs went 10-5 in those games. That's 15 games. He's come off the bench for 9 games this year. So now we're talking about 24 games of the 82 of this season. He has either not played on a heavy 21 minutes per game minutes restriction, and in those games, the Spurs have went 16-5. One of the elite records in basketball, and that is without him available for the duration of the game. I don't remember any time in NBA history when an MVP came off the bench for 9 games of their season, which is 15% for Wemby, won MVP, and was also injured and missed 15 games on top of that. That has never happened. I think his impact is undeniable, but what's also undeniable is that Shai has been the standard everybody is consistently comparing to. Whenever we talk about this MVP conversation, is it Luka or Shai? Is it Jokic or Shai? Is it Wemby or Shai? He's the only one consistent in these convos. And as far as I'm concerned, he has done nothing to lose the award. He has only sustained his production without the second best player on the team who was amazing in their finals run. So I don't know. If you give the award to Wemby, you are signaling that being available and as consistent as Shai matters less than it ever did before. I think that's the precedent you're setting. But the impact is undeniable. I mean,
Shai's played 3 more games than Wemby?
10, yes, but in the games that he has played, he hasn't had the heavy minutes restriction. There has been no MVP in history that has averaged 29 minutes per game.
But I think that's also what is insane about Wemby is that he's doing this on so few minutes.
OKC is 8-4 without Shai this year.
Correct.
3 years ago, Joel Embiid won MVP. He missed 16 games. The Sixers went 11-5 in the 16 games he missed.
And this again, and that Embiid offensive season was.
Who was your MVP that season?
It was the Joker,
There's no
and we
way.
know what we know. We going. I'm gonna keep saying it.
But he is what he's answering is we've seen it,
But we know what happened that year too.
and he got the award.
What happened that year? Somebody said a certain thing. Somebody went on a certain media, started to talk, and then the odds shifted. What happened again this year? Somebody said, first of all, Wemby's reasons were ass. Who the fuck says we're 3-1 against them? When does that ever matter in MVP conversations? Like that shit. Like we beat them 3 times.
To be fair,
that doesn't matter.
when SGA had the elite game against the Nuggets, hit the game winner.
It's a big game.
It just seemed as if everyone was like, "Well, this is his MVP moment."
Well,
when
Head to head has mattered,
Yeah.
but
It did in
probably
that
not.
2023
Probably
season.
not as
I
much
don't
as
think so.
Yes,
as
it
he was
did.
probably emphasizing. But I think head to head
Embiid
has
and
more.
Okay,
When
also,
Embiid beat
exactly,
Jokic on
well
the
said,
primetime
well
stage,
said, John.
it was as if Embiid had the MVP locked up a month before the season.
So true. That is
I don't
a
think
fact.
that was the shift.
I
That
do
was
remember
the
that.
exact
I
conversation.
don't
I
think
do
that was the
remember
shift,
that, John.
Personally,
I
think
don't
that was the
disagree
shift.
with
I
you.
remember.
I agree with
I don't
John
think that was the
wholeheartedly.
shift. The shift was when Kendrick Perkins came out and started talking about that race stuff.
I think that definitely
that was the shift. So that was the clear flip of the MVP
you're
conversation.
Easily right there, Riv, but it's also a fact.
Yeah, it's not.
What John is saying is true. When they played and Embiid absolutely gave it to Jokic, it was a great game. Let's just say that. But Jokic was just the slightly inferior player that day. That's when I feel like Joel stamped it.
So if that's the case, if it's a head-to-head matchup thing, why didn't Wemby's when the Spurs and OKC played? I think the first 2 times they played, it was in a span of like 2 weeks. The odds didn't shift to Wemby at all.
No, that was also when OKC was 22.
But that's my point. It had nothing. The odds never shifted.
So
different.
It didn't matter then. Why does it matter now?
Exactly. It has nothing to do with their head-to-head matchups because the odds did not change after their head-to-head matchups.
But I do
and
think
SGA was great in most of their games.
But I do think that the point that Wemby was making was that they went 3-1 against OKC, and in those matchups, Wemby looked better than Shai.
Well, SGA was great in all of those. So I ain't gonna say.
But that's the thing, which is why, again, Riv, what you're saying is so right.
So he's
SGA is amazing when they play. Without a doubt, SGA is amazing 95% of nights. It's just that Wemby, which is kind of what I am saying, is as good as SGA is, every single time they match up, how crazy is it that you're often or most are taking away Wemby look better? And I think that that's why I get so passionate when I speak about Wemby and how great I believe that he is. Because when you can go band for band with SGA and the Oklahoma City Thunder, you do come out on top more often than not. And you're also outperforming him, albeit slightly, because these are 2 of the best in the game right now. That is what kind of gives the edge to a guy like Wemby, on top of the fact that the Spurs are the 2nd seed. They're 2 games out. And I think we had this conversation in the group chat, and I agree with what you're saying. I think the fact that it is as close as it is in the West, when the Thunder were such a dominant team early on, it goes to show you that the regular season is a long one. The regular season, the MVP isn't just won in the first 25%, 40% of the season. The fact that the Spurs are 2 games behind, going from a non-playoff team to the 2nd seed, from a mediocre defense to a top 3 defense, it gives Wemby an insane argument when he's gone up against the superior talent, and he has just looked the best more often than not.
I'm not using revisionist history for the Spurs anymore. They're legit. They're really good, and that roster is fucking great.
It's fucking awesome.
I'm not looking.
Awesome.
I'm not thinking about priors. And man, coming into the season, we thought that Spurs roster was kind of mid. Because now that's not the case.
Yeah, agreed.
Their roster stacked. They win without Wemby. So to me, I can't be like, man, Wemby, he really led this trash team, because that's not the truth. Because when he doesn't play, they win. The same way Shai's team is not trash either. Because
it's just
when
the plus minus though.
The plus minus. What do you mean
for
with
Wemby?
the plus minus?
I'm saying Wemby's plus minus when he's on and off.
The BPM with Shai is better.
No. I just mean in terms of the Spurs themselves.
Yes, it's more. Wemby makes a huge impact, but the Spurs still for the season are positive without Wemby. Without Wemby in the game, they have a 116 or 117 offensive rating. Defensive rating is 114. They're pretty much like average. They're like solid, just good all around without Wemby. Wemby takes them over the top to being an elite team, but that's no different than what Shai does for OKC too. Because Shai takes that team and makes them elite.
In basketball.
Yes, when Shai's not on the court,
that was evident in the playoffs last year too.
When Shai is not on the floor, they cannot score. So I think that Wemby, he did have a case in saying that we were 3-1 against OKC. But you look at those games, he's had 5 matchups against OKC this year. He's playing 25 minutes per game. And there are some games against OKC where I think when he was just returning, he played 21 or 22 minutes. And no doubt he made a difference in those minutes. But the Spurs also held their own for the entirety of that game as well. So I can't just look at Wemby and say, man, you really dominated them. Like, you went out and you dropped 45 on Shai. You went out and you dropped 45 and 20 and you stamped yourself. You were a part of those wins, but your team was really freaking great against that team. It really wasn't like this one-off. You guys are going back and forth. You guys found this game plan to really shut them down. And of course, Wemby's a part of that game plan. while it is very impressive what Wemby is doing in the 29 minutes per game that he is playing, while it is impressive what he's doing on a minutes restriction, you also have to play devil's advocate and ask, can he play 38 minutes in the playoffs a game? Can his body handle that? Are they saying right now that they're saving him for the postseason, or are they just, he's just right now, they don't trust his body to play 35 minutes a night? Because while you can say it's impressive in what he's doing in his sample size, these other players are playing 34, 35, 36 minutes a night. They're still playing elite. And I think playing more minutes and holding that elite impact is very impressive. And I think that should be taken into account. We can't just say because he's doing in his amount of minutes, biggest on and off in the league, that is why he's the guy. Because you leave yourself susceptible to different numbers when you have a larger sample size.
I don't think that's the on and off is the big reason why people are saying he's the MVP.
Well, it's the biggest reason because he's.
It's not the biggest reason. It's defensive ability.
But
it can support your argument.
Okay,
for
and what is
a plus 17 on the floor?
Yes, and that is why I would say it is.
Said, John.
It is the biggest reason because the defensive rating on and off would show and would highlight he is the best defensive player in basketball.
Oh, for sure.
Which is the entire crux of his argument. The entire crux of his argument is he is the best defensive player in basketball and also has great offensive value.
Agreed.
That is his argument. But really the base, where it all starts, the same way where it starts with Shai is historic offensive impact. With Jokic, historic offensive impact. Same thing with Luka. With Wemby, it starts with his defense.
And then on top of it, giving you damn near 25 a night. It's fucking nuts. He's nuts. It's truly crazy. It really is. There's not much else to say about Victor Wembanyama's game other than for what he's shown you since, I mean, essentially all season, but mainly since you look at the stretch while they've been 23-1. The guy just, whatever he's throwing up, it seems like it's just going in. And again, his gravity that he has, because naturally you're just accounting for a 7'5" body. You have to put more real estate towards him. It's allowing the rest of the team to get their shots off and get some great spacing around them. But again, on the adverse side of it, this is one of, if not the peak guard scoring seasons not named Steph Curry. And even still, I guess this is in the short list of him because of how dominant he's been. I think I think it was StatMuse, they put the side-by-side of year 8 Jordan versus this year's SGA. And, of course, year 8 Jordan went on to win MVP, one of the more efficient seasons a guard's ever seen. Of course, it's Michael Jordan. And Shai's putting up something comparable to that. Shai's been nothing short of sensational this season. And, again, this has been a legitimate great race. And I think the point you made is, yes, the standard is SGA. And I think that on top of the fact that, yes, his team's amazing, he obviously is the main catalyst of that every single night. Do they win basketball games when he doesn't play? Yes, they do. But you see his impact when he is off and on the floor, too. His offense, without him, yes, they are still a great defense. At their core, we know Oklahoma City is the best defense in basketball. Without SGA, we don't care about Oklahoma City. We don't. And that's the truth.
Yeah. I think also factoring in they're third in the league in most missed games by their star players. That also has to, come into effect.
Which was crazy to think about too, because when he first got to Oklahoma City, he was the one that dealt with the injury bug.
Yeah, but a lot of those, some of them were just they were leaving them out too.
That's a good point.
Tanking.
Yeah.
That's fair.
So this is just something that came to me right now, but Wemby two-way, we understand what it is. This award seems to be more of an emphasis on that. But in previous years, I never heard Anthony Davis getting MVP shouts. Giannis stopped being a major part of the race a while ago. And you can argue hit two-way, that's who you think of.
That was why Embiid won the award. That was the on-court difference between him and Jokic. It was very straightforward. People would highlight, well, Jokic is not as good of a defender as Joel Embiid, and that positioned him to win in 2023.
I will also say, if you go the year by year, so last year, OKC number 1, SGA, no brainer, easy. Year before that, I believe Luka Doncic should have won the MVP the same way that Jokic had won it when he was the 6th seed, because I just think he was just so much overly dominant offensively than any other player. you give it to Nikola Jokic, deserved for the season he had. His team was the 2nd seed, if I'm not mistaken. Shai had an argument for that year as well, but Jokic was, in my opinion, slightly better than Shai, albeit marginal. The year before that was Joel Embiid. Year before that, Nikola Jokic. And the year before that was the 6th seed, Nikola Jokic. I think that it's fair when you look at what Nikola Jokic had done. And again, the year that he had won MVP was the year that the Nuggets were the
6th seed.
He won one as a
6
6
and
no,
seed.
so he won one as a 6 seed.
He
but
won
the
one
first,
as a higher seed.
The
first
first one
was-
he won at, they were a 3 seed.
3. Then Jamal go down like late year.
I want to say the 3 or the 4.
Him winning the 6 seed, I just think that
It's that year they played Portland.
he was.
60 was Golden State.
I don't
The
wanna
roster
say
was
it
just very
Portland,
bad.
I just don't want
Yeah.
to say that it was his best year, but he had to carry the most.
That was his best carry job. His best season was last year, and Shai won. And I also took Shai to win MVP or Jokic.
Was Jokic's season where he came in second, I'd argue, is his best.
Last year, he came in second.
No, I'm sorry. Yeah, okay,
2023?
this is correct. That Embiid
No, I think
season,
last year was his best.
the
Last year
efficiency
he was
wise,
on
Yeah,
a
I
roll.
think
but
last
I
year.
just think maybe I'm allowing the finals and the playoff run to cloud my judgment as well. I just think that the run that he went on, again, it's a regular season award, and like I mentioned, it's clouding my judgment.
But he didn't win that year because of Embiid.
Correct.
And he was better than Embiid that year.
Yes.
Comfortably.
I comfortably shrewd.
I would go.
No
I
one
thought
was saying that at the
Jokic
time.
was clearly the best player in the
comfortably
world.
is a bit egregious.
I thought Jokic was clearly the best player in the world at that
I mean,
point.
offensively,
And then in the playoffs, he cemented it.
you just got to think how dominant Embiid was for people to not think that there was this gigantic.
What year was that?
gap.
2023.
2023, the year
Also,
they went on
See,
the
they-
finals.
I'm wrong in that,
Harden
John?
Joel is another moment where a defensive player was credited with the award.
That,
Giannis or Harden.
but for years now, before Wemby came, you're saying who's the best two-way player in the league. You're probably saying Giannis. You're probably saying Anthony Davis. Those are who you're pointing to, and it's never been as emphasized as it is now. Good or bad is a different story, but that's just the point. Is that I also think that we are kind of just glossing over the fact that Shai is a really good defensive player. I think we're just glossing over that too. Shai averages a block a game for a guard. Shai disrupts passing lanes. And he's not strapping up the best player defensively. But I also don't know why that is something that we expect of guards to do when we don't say, hey, center, guard the best player on the opposing floor. No, because we know that their value is better in certain areas. Same way, Shai's value is better as an off-ball defender.
I want to
He provides
slightly
more
disagree.
value.
I only say slightly because when Anthony Davis was getting absolutely fucking torched by Nikola Jokic, I was fuming. I get it. It's Nikola Jokic.
Yeah,
He's unstoppable. Fine.
found it.
I asked, what did you find?
The 2023 MVP ladder.
Okay, I'm curious.
Tatum's up here.
I know what we were asking Anthony Davis to do offensively. We needed him to be great. But what I needed more than anything in that series was Anthony Davis to limit Jokic, and he couldn't. So that's where I can't fully agree with you.
Yeah, but very seldomly are the best players you're guarding front court players. There are certain matchups, but the majority of elite tough matchups defensively are against perimeter players. And
Nowadays,
Wemby's a center, so he roams, he plays up on pick and rolls, and he does what he does. He has length that covers up for anything. So, of course, we know he plays in that role, but for a guard, we're like, no, we're disqualifying you from being a great defender because you're not solely on the ball.
Shai's a good defender.
When
It's just a value.
His value comes from more off the ball, and it also preserves more energy for himself because of what he does offensively. And off the ball, he's a really good weak side rim protector. I would argue he is the second best behind Derek White. I think it's Derek White, then I think it's Shai as a guard rim protector in the league, and then he disrupts
Edwards
passing
fell off.
lanes. Anthony Edwards doesn't even play off-ball defense
Not
anymore.
even close.
He's one of the worst players in a half court in terms of the on and off numbers in the defensive rating for the Timberwolves. So he is totally disengaged on defense.
Messed up.
Shai
Is
is
it?
very engaged
almost
on
like I've
defense.
been saying it
No,
for
it's
a while.
unfortunate.
And I think the reason why Shai's on and off numbers defensively with OKC, OKC's defense gets better without him, is because OKC is legitimately built up of great
They
defenders.
put out their death
Yeah.
lineup.
That is like penalizing Wemby if Wemby has like 8 elite offensive players. Oh man, the on and off is different with them. Like if you have 5 great defensive players, that's why the on and off doesn't drop off that much. And that's why we see a drop off with the offense as drastically as it does, because all those players' values are on defense. But that doesn't mean that Shai isn't valuable on defense. It just means that when he's off the floor, they can compensate for it because of how many defenders that they have. But I think that we overlook his defense in these conversations, because I would classify him as a really good defender.
Yeah, I think, and to go with your point, like when Wemby's off the floor, San Antonio still, like, they would be ranked, like, still a top 10 offense. Obviously, defensively, good God almighty, when he's off the floor, they're putrid.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, with SGA, when he's off the floor offensively, they are worse than the Chicago Bulls. So that should tell you all you need to know. They're, like, bottom of the league. But I found the poll. So, like, MVP ladder, the MVP straw poll, Embiid got, like, 72 first-place votes. But the MVP ladder had the Joker finishing number 1 at the end of the year. So same year, Joker finished number 1. But when they did the voting, Embiid obviously had 72 first-place votes. So, listen, MVP is a tricky thing. It's all about narrative, of course. An MVP had a narrative. I mean, Embiid had a narrative, and he also was playing really fucking well. So if you're playing really fucking well and you got a good narrative, hey, man, things will take you far.
That matters.
Yeah, that matters,
And Wemby's the darling in the NBA.
He is. Like, he's going to get the votes.
Maybe 10 haters in the world.
Yeah,
The hate is coming. It's just not probably going to be this year.
The hate will only come if he falls short.
Yeah.
It's really tough to ask for perfection. I mean, I think, I'm not saying that he should get hated, but I'm saying everybody at one point starts as this new shiny toy, and then eventually they're going to get hated.
Yep.
For sure.
And that's what it's going to be.
Listen, if he goes on the GOAT trajectory that we believe that he can go on, then yeah, people will hate on him. People found a way to hate on LeBron, albeit 2011 did happen.
Every top player in the league, Jokic's PR has got worse progressively year by year.
The only thing that people nitpick him, which you could argue
His
fair,
defense
is
is
the
dead
defense.
ass.
It's not good.
Shai's PR, his
It's
because of
only
the foul stuff.
baiting, but they got to get over it. They get over it. It's a guard.
Luka's
It's a guard.
PR, he came into the league as a darling, and then
Yeah, well, KD's like the
more
perfect
negative
example.
towards
Why?
him. Yes.
But KD ruined his PR.
Yeah, no, he fully
But
deserved it.
why do people hate Luka? I failed to wrap my head around it. Why? What's there
You
to
tell
hate?
us.
Other
But
than
you used to hate Luka.
Yeah, you used to literally hate Luka. You tell us.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You tell us.
Did you
like-
not know why you were hating? It's just- we have Dells now seated down and situated. So why do you hate Luka?
What a way to start.
I feel attacked. First of all, the interaction you had with John was one of the best moments on the podcast, if I'm being honest.
It gave me a really
I
good
was sitting
laugh.
over there in tears. Tyler was there with me. That was something.
I gotta be honest. I do like my laugh, Joel. Your laugh really is so good.
No,
man.
when Joel gets into that mode, it's over.
it really is.
I have the best laugh with you guys. I had a laugh similar to that when we were at the Airbnb in San Francisco.
Yeah.
Ooh,
You had it
this
with,
laugh. Thank you, John. This laugh topped that one.
You
I
had it
think
with
so.
the Wemby one just a couple episodes ago.
Facts,
Oh,
you
did
did.
I?
You were crying over that.
That's funny. You guys are funny now. But
Luka.
you're blaming me for hating Luka now? I don't get it.
No. I hated him because you loved him.
Okay.
And here's the thing. As a man, I'm man enough to admit that. I hated him because of you.
Ah,
All right?
okay.
Just being honest.
Mine was pure hate.
Just being honest.
Mine was pure
And
hate.
now he's on my team, and I wanted to embrace him even more because of you.
You started hating him for a little bit when he was being a fat, chunky guy.
He was objectively terrible
In the beginning.
in December
Yeah, for his standards.
for him.
Yes.
For
yes,
him.
yes.
And then 26 happened, and
You were asking for AD back. We have to remember. Yeah.
So
that's
is
some of
this-
my best memories of basketball.
So is this hate rooted in doubt as well? They go hand in hand.
No, he's incredible.
Because you doubted Luka a lot, and that's why I got mad at you for doubting him. That's
in
where I
Dallas?
stem from. Yes,
Yeah.
because the year they missed the playoffs, I told you
Well, it was
they
obvious.
could make a run.
It was obvious tanking.
They could, well, and I said I'm fine with it. But you used that as a reason to knock Luka. He missed the playoffs.
That was
I remember those arguments vividly.
Top 3 player in the world missing the playoffs.
In the
is
middle of your
nuts.
prime is
Middle of
fake.
your
No,
prime.
literally, he's
Fake
Patrick
nuts.
Mahomes and him. They did it
Yes,
together.
low key.
Nah, Mahomes ain't
that was
fake.
a smart.
They were
that was a
ass.
smart decision, though. That was smart. Because Luka could have definitely carried that team. They
And
could
now
have been
Luka's
first
on
round
my
exit.
favorite team.
I'll be honest.
And I love him.
I'll be honest. Like, before they shut him down, he was trying. They were just not good. Like, they were just losing games.
They really
So-
were just losing.
Yeah,
Games.
so they just weren't that good, bro. It's okay. Happened to
Kyrie
your
was
boy Mahomes
playing
and shit.
at
Yeah,
that
he was
point.
playing too. Happened to Mahomes too. He was just ass and shit. But you know,
No, I mean they could have made a run, but they didn't. They chose not to.
they
That's
just
it.
wasn't good, bro.
I guess so. I mean they were an underwhelming team.
Chose
That's
not
why.
to. What were they, the 10 seed?
No, they were
Or
they were
they
like
were 11.
the 12th or 11th.
Yeah. They were completely out of the play.
I got to do a deep dive on that completely,
Go
but I
figure
mean
it
it was
out,
the right
bro.
decision, and then they went on to make the NBA
Yeah,
Finals.
they got lively and shit.
Then he got traded.
Then he
So,
got traded.
I mean, it does hurt my heart.
What a movie.
That's
It
one of
does
the
hurt my
craziest
heart.
days of my
It
life.
was
Did you
awesome.
guys hear that the Lakers can't get the gold color they used to use on the jersey again?
But
Have you noticed that there's a change in the Lakers
Of course,
jerseys?
it's yellow.
Now it's
It's
yellow.
bright.
It's they have said they can't get that gold color again.
How?
I don't know. They
can't create the color.
they that's the excuse they have used for it.
Seems so unlikely.
They can't create the color of the gold, Lakers gold, to now have it on the jersey again.
There has to be something.
That's
to
why
that.
it's yellow,
Has to be
because
something
they
more.
can't create the gold.
That's stupid.
It is stupid, and it makes me hate the fact that we don't have the gold now, because Lakers are gold, they're not yellow.
yeah, I feel
Yeah.
you.
The yellow doesn't look good on Luka, dude. The gold, I like the purple jersey the best. I feel like that looks good on Luka.
Dark jersey, because he's a whiter guy. I get it. You know what I mean? So you get some darker colors. It's a nice contrast.
Yes, compliment his skin a little bit. But the purple one's my favorite. The purple one's the best one of them.
You know where my hatred comes from? It's not even hatred. It's
It's definitely hatred. We don't got
it's,
a lot.
it's not hatred.
It's literally
It
just
started
Jason
it
Tatum.
started with Tatum versus Luka.
Yeah, really.
But then after that, the Celtics I think are 9-1 the last 10 times they played Luka.
Yeah.
So whenever we play him, he
His
barely
ass.
moves me.
Yeah.
Like, and I see him all the time go crazy. I see him
Just when he
he's
see
playing
type
anyone
shit.
else. He hit these crazy, step back threes. But then he plays us, and I'm like, okay,
It's
we
Tatum-
tire
it's
him
like-
out.
It's like Tatum versus the Warriors. type
It's a-
shit.
yeah, like it's just like I'm not
looking
seeing
at
it.
Yeah,
He puts
yeah.
up the numbers, which I respect. He gets his numbers,
It's
that's
just
for sure.
unimpactful.
But and
DeMar DeRozan,
he
like-
doesn't beat us.
Yeah, I feel you.
That's why, and maybe that's just me. I have to take the bias out of it. But just every time we play, it's like
So you just
this,
hate.
this is like the MVP.
So they be like,
Shame.
yeah, gas him. He had 40, but we let him get 40.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Shit light, like shit easy work. Like we beat him again. Like oh
Beat
shit.
him again.
I feel you, bro.
That's
why you hate
that's
him?
where mine comes from.
You think Tatum better?
Yeah,
Not a
Yeah.
million years. Bro.
Jaylen Brown better too.
I just can't.
Whenever they play, I mean Jaylen Brown.
No, he gets up.
The Thunder,
Like when he sees Luka, he get up.
Kind of outplayed.
I just
Jaylen
can't
both
let you
games.
slide on
Which
that,
game?
Dels.
No
Gets
low
the
key.
Thunder.
Yeah,
There
for
was
sure.
no low key.
Yeah.
For sure,
There's
for
no
sure,
low
for
key.
sure,
What
for
do you
sure.
mean that when you watch Luka play, it doesn't move you?
Oh God, here
I'm
we
saying
go.
when he plays Boston.
Okay, when he just plays Boston.
He did
Yeah,
say that.
I
He
said
was
Boston,
listening. He
'cause
said Boston.
when he does everyone else, I'm like, holy shit, he does some crazy
I was
shit.
gonna say I've been watching him low key. He's been glazing Luka recently.
Luka's been great. I think the real hatred started from he's had so many moments where defensively he's just completely disengaged. And he's definitely improved on the second half of the season. I'll give him credit for that. But there was so much just easy stuff there for him to pick up on where he's not as much of a liability and he didn't. And now he's showing that, okay, like I could actually be somewhat, I could be useful. And that was the biggest thing. It's like, dude, you're 6'8". You know what I mean? You have the body for it. There's no reason for you to be just completely like unequipped on that side of the ball.
Mhm.
And I thought we saw that a lot during the finals.
His defensive metrics are now better than Jaylen Brown's for the season.
Shout out to defensive metrics, man.
Shout out to Data Ball.
Shout out to Data
They
Ball.
do a great job over there
This
with
thing is-
what they
I
do.
don't know.
It's
It's
ruining
ruining
the
basketball.
NBA. It's ruining the NBA. It's your
Yeah.
fault.
You really?
It's your
It is
fault.
your fault.
It's your fault.
You guys just don't understand it.
What do you mean?
No, I understand it.
First of all, fuck all that.
What do you mean?
Fuck all
That
that.
was pretentious as hell.
We don't understand.
He was at the
Off and
Harvard
on.
lab working at the
Yeah, you guys just
analytics.
don't understand it. That's probably what it is.
What don't we understand?
I don't know. You guys hate it so bad. It's the same thing you do in
Because
football.
no, it's more so just like there's certain
It is,
metrics.
it is. You're right on that.
It's the same
You're
thing
right
you
on
do
that.
in football.
No, I
Or
don't
you.
think so.
No, it
Thank
like
you.
quite literally is when you bring up your EPA per play and EPA per drop
But
back.
I feel
it's
like-
the same vibes.
No, but it's different.
You just
when
understand
it's,
that more.
when it's stats like defensive metrics have shown that someone like Luka has been more one
when
of the
have
more
you
impactful
ever
players
heard me
defensively.
use defensive metrics?
Oh, that's fair. Yeah.
I never use defensive.
Well, no,
metrics.
that's why I think some of the
That's my
because it
test.
comes from Data Baller.
Fair,
That's
fair,
why
fair,
I got
fair,
brought
fair,
up.
fair, fair.
But the regular, yeah, I mean,
Look,
there's
no.
I think there's stuff that can be explained.
Defense,
I
I
think
could
there's
just
stuff
watch
that
with
needs
my eyes.
context.
I could tell who can
That's-
guard.
that's
I mean, it
I
also
agree.
could be true that Luka, maybe over the last 30
He-
games,
he
has
has
been a
improved,
better
though.
defender than Jaylen Brown.
Has he looked
But-
skinny?
Yes.
Like I'm asking.
Yeah, he
Luka?
has.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's looked like he's lost weight.
Luka looks
Yeah.
in the best shape of his life.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think he came in heavy, bro.
No, he definitely played himself into shape.
Yeah, he did. I think
But
he did.
can I be honest with you? And this is something I've been consistent on internally. I hate a player like that.
I mean, that's what James Harden used to do that.
I hate a player that plays themselves into shape. Why can't we just dial in? I get it. It's your summer. Fine.
need a
Everybody
break.
needs some time off. LeBron took some time off. He's always dialed in, locked in. Is it fair to say LeBron James and Luka?
He spends a
I'll be
ton on his
honest.
body.
Luka's trajectory is all-time great. I'm not saying you'd be the GOAT, but if you're all-time great, I'm expecting you to keep all-time great levels of dedication to your body. He's been amazing. I have nothing negative to say about Luka. It sucks that maybe the start of the season didn't go as planned, or middle of the season, I guess you could argue, because we were winning a lot of games early on in the season. But 26 started, and he's been dialed, and there's nothing negative to say about Luka at all. The top 5 in the NBA this year, it's been some of the best basketball ever. Luka, SGA, Jokic, Wemby, and that 5th spot, Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard has been incredible. 6th in points, 3rd in steals, the most points he's ever averaged in his career. But the top 5 this year, they've been a super, super squad, honest to God. They've been a great group of basketball. And it's going to be one of the most talented All-NBAs, and I think that's mainly because, of course, the no limit in positions.
Well, Shai's having the best scoring guard season since Steph. Wemby has the best defensive metrics on and off, arguably, of all time. Jokic is the first player in history to lead the NBA in rebounds and assists per game. Luka Doncic just had a stretch where he averaged 40 across 9 of 10 games. The last player to do that was Michael Jordan.
He's going to average...
Wasn't it Harden?
I think it was Michael Jordan.
Oh, really?
But Harden might have had something similar.
Yeah.
But I think that's what I read. And then Kawhi Leonard's having the best year of his career. So they are all playing at an extraordinary level right now. But the Lakers have overtaken a couple teams in the West now. You probably feel better about the Lakers than you do maybe Minnesota as of recently. You definitely feel better about Houston, though.
Mm-hmm.
Houston feels like they're spiraling downwards. And I've read a report earlier this week, I think it was from Chris Mannix, that they're going to try to make a run at Giannis as hard as they can this offseason.
They're moving Sengun.
That's
Bye.
immediate. That's the immediate player that I came to because it just makes sense. They wouldn't fit together. And here's the package. And let me know how you guys feel about the trade package, because it is the Rockets receiving Giannis, the Bucks receiving Alperen Sengun, Tari Eason, Dorian Finney-Smith, a 2027 first round pick, and a 2030 first round pick.
Easy decision. Auto, yes.
That you're not really giving up a lot, but
Literally.
just getting Giannis isn't fixing this team.
They need shooting.
You need shooting. You need. I guess you're getting Fred back, but you still need more playmaking and just consistency
ball
offensively
handlers.
from the guard position.
And that is why people have said that when I first proposed this trade, it was Jabari. And a lot of Rockets fans are like, hell no, we can't trade
He's
Jabari.
one of their few actual respectable
Exactly.
shooters.
He's a shooter. But that's to your point
Mm-hmm.
that even Rockets fans feel like they don't want to give up too much because this team has flaws that a player like Giannis can't fix.
Yeah. I mean, and Giannis, it's also, he's obviously Giannis and you go for it if that's what the package is, but you're not trading for like someone that you could guarantee play 65 plus games and be healthy for the playoffs. Unfortunately, we just haven't seen it from him for the last few seasons. So it's a risk you're taking for the Rockets too. It's not like you're guaranteed to get this healthy player. But yeah, it's a big name to get, and they need just more talent offensively. Giannis helps with that, but it's not the type of offensive talent they need.
I agree with that. I feel like the Rockets right now are kind of stuck because Kevin Durant, I don't know, there is something definitely to the burner rumors because the team has looked off since that. But it feels like every team Kevin Durant goes to, there is some type of disconnect in the locker room that everybody's just not on the same page.
I can't blame this one on KD.
I thought I couldn't blame Phoenix on KD either, which I don't solely blame him for.
Mm-hmm.
But the vibes have completely flipped around.
And
KD is a player of a caliber that you should expect him to be a locker room.
He's
leader.
never been a leader.
I get the vibes part, but I do think most of their stuff is just basketball related, like on the court things. And I think on the court is they don't have consistent ball handlers. They don't have enough spacing. Kevin Durant is getting some of the most doubles in the league. He just Obviously, he's never been great with doubles, but also he doesn't really have a safety blanket to go to. They don't run a lot of pick and rolls. You know, Ime hasn't been the greatest. And we have to also look at these players as not really developing like we want them to. Like, Amen, I'm going to start with him because I feel like he's had a good year.
I agree.
But he's had a really good year. He's still been one of the best defenders in the league.
Still
one of the best finished. It has been because the team isn't equipped to no, let me not say that. The team isn't equipped to his strengths, and he has not progressed on his flaws as much as you want him to. And on top of that, the team is also not performing like you want him to. Like he's been thrusted into a heightened role. And he's not improved in that department, but he's still really good. One of the better high-level wings in the league. Sure. And he's obviously going to get better, but it just isn't progressing fast enough because, like you mentioned, I feel like you've said this a few times where they made an all-in move for Kevin Durant. When you make an all-in move like that, you kind of have to, you know, push up the time limit for the young players. Like, yo, we kind of need you to be ready, you know, at this pace. And Ahmed wasn't ready for that. Like, and I'm say it again, he has been playing really well, but this is we kind of wanted you to get to that right direction. Also, Jabari, same thing. You know, we want you to be a more consistent knockdown shooter, but a lot of the stuff that he did in college, coming off pin downs, getting in the, you know, on the post against smaller guards, they're not doing that with him in Houston. He's kind of not playing to his strengths either. So this is also a coach thing. Plus, Jabari, you got to get better. Tari Eason, my God.
He's in a terrible stretch.
Not only is he in a terrible, I've never seen some player with no ball handling wants to go ISO every single play. Like, it's remarkable to me. The defense is falling off, and I think it's more because if you're in a slump offensively,
it carries over.
It definitely does. Like, you sitting there like, damn, man, I'm in a slump. Let me try to get back on defense. Oh, shit, I'm slipping too much. Damn, my head not in the right mind space because I got to make the next jumper. You know, because a lot of the shots he takes is wide open, and he's not hitting those, you know. And obviously, Fred hurts, you know, not being there. And, of course, you probably miss Dylan Brooks too. But I feel like this team, a lot of these young players are not stepping up to the plate. Sengun also is a guy who hasn't been consistent defensively. He's definitely fallen off this year too. A lot of the things you want from these young players, plus mixed in, like OKC has a mixed in group of young players and vets. The vets, they bring a different environment. They have Isaiah Hartenstein, who's probably not a vet, but in the middle. Alex Caruso. And then they got the young players. Spurs, they have a mixture of vets and young players. You got Harrison Barnes over there, Luke Cornett and stuff like that. And then, of course, you know, they have Wemby, Castle. Even Fox is like in the middle. With Houston, their vet, Fred VanVleet, out for the year. Their vet, Steven Adams, out for the year. So, like, you're missing two of your key guys, and then, you know, you're missing Dylan Brooks, who was a vet for this team. Kevin Durant come in. We talk about Kevin Durant all the time. He's a great talent, all-world talent, not a leader, you know. So, and then the burner stuff, like you mentioned, comes out. It's just a lot going on with Houston that I think the season, you kind of got to look at it and be like, this is a wash. What can we do? Giannis could be the answer, but then to go to the Giannis conversation, which I think is going to be an uncomfortable conversation in the summer, is Giannis is north of 30 with leg injuries, serious leg injuries. He's dealt with the calf, you know, and this is a player who plays closer to the basket, doesn't have a prolific three-point shot. The mid-range is kind of falling off a bit, relies heavily on that athleticism and bullying other players, which it works, and just being the bigger, aggressive player. That becomes tougher with leg injuries. The defense hasn't been the same as it was prior, but I do think it could still be a great level if he plays on a really good team. Do you risk making that move to get a guy like Giannis, who's dealt with a ton of injuries, hasn't been super available, and is coming into a situation where you kind of need a specific like scenario for Giannis? I don't know if Houston can be that. Obviously, that's another all-in move that you try to save yourself from. But at the same time, you got to look at that as like, how available is he? How much we have to give him? How much money we have to pay for him? What does his late 34, 35, 33 years look like? Those are all things Houston has to figure out. And Kevin Durant, how long do we have with him? That's another thing you got to look at. Kevin Durant is also up there in age. So Houston is...
It's like, what's their future?
Yeah.
What's Houston's future? Houston either realizes, or I should say, goes down a road that they say, we think trading for Kevin Durant was premature. Let's try to move him off now and try to get something back for him. And let's keep going this young route. Or they say, let's go all in and let's get like a Giannis. Because I don't think that Sengun will be on the team next season if Giannis is available. That is the blue chip guy that they're going to trade and they're going to have to involve in the package to even get him there in the first place. At this point, Houston has already went all in. So it's either them stepping back or saying we're just going to ride this out. That's it.
I think the most unfortunate thing for Houston is their two huge losses are definitely great players, but I don't think that when you lose Fred, you lose Steven Adams.
Your season should be over.
Exactly.
Hell no.
But I will
Still
say
get a top 6 seed.
But I will say facts. I will say Steven Adams' importance to the Rockets is very well known. That the rebounding dominance that the Rockets had last year was such a huge reason why, obviously the defense being number one, was why they were the second seed in the Western Conference last season. Him, Sengun, Amen, Jabari, elite rebounding. They were just able to just get all the boards, whether it was defensive, offensive, second chances, and you got yourself an extra possessions. Losing Fred, obviously we understand how we lost another ball handler if you're a Rockets fan. You lost a three-point shooter. Mainly you lost the playmaker, the real playmaker on the team. And Rave, you said a lot correct. I don't think you said a single thing incorrect. I think the most true thing is this is the most unfortunate for Amen Thompson. I think that I look at it as I feel bad for Amen Thompson only. Because Amen Thompson, like you mentioned, has had a good year. A lot of criticism is being thrown his way because he cannot shoot the basketball and he's not as great of a playmaker as you thought he was going to be coming out. He got drafted as a point guard and he's just not. He's not a point guard.
He's really good, but people, by the way, they talked about him this offseason, thought he was going to make like a Russell Westbrook type leap before Westbrook became an all-star. Not the leap from all-star to MVP, the leap from I'm a really talented player to all-star.
And here's the truth. If Amen Thompson never becomes a good three-point shooter, I will live with it so long as that handle gets tighter and the playmaking develops immensely.
In the mid-range. At least get that.
Okay, I'm even willing to concede it to a certain extent, just be who he's been, for the sole fact that he is such an athletic freak. He can get downhill at will so easily, so smoothly. If you just told me, guaranteed, he will get better at handling the ball, he will be a better playmaker, he jumps tremendously. And he's already a great player.
That's Amen. It's like, I think the conversation we were having a little bit earlier is like, maybe Houston this offseason just goes all in on that route. Like, let's try to build the infrastructure for Amen, and let's see what he can be.
Sean Marion, baby.
Trading KD again.
I don't know what you get back for KD that
They're not going to trade KD.
is going to be worth it.
And that's why I think that they go all in and they're going to make a big time move. Maybe it's not Giannis, but with Giannis, and I think this is the last thing I'll mention, then we'll end the show. What is his value right now? Because Giannis is on the last year of his deal.
Yep.
Let me just ask you this. If the Atlanta Hawks right now are in a great position, because if either the Pelicans or the Bucks are in the top 4 of the draft lottery, they own that pick. The Hawks have a great chance of getting a top 4 pick in this draft. If you get any of the top 4 picks, just trading that, Atlanta, is it enough to go get Giannis?
I wouldn't do it.
If you're Atlanta?
Yeah. I wouldn't do it.
It's not worth it for them.
No.
It's not.
First of all,
They're a young team.
Yeah, I don't think we're ready. Number one. Also, I don't think.
Similar to what the Rockets did with KD.
Yeah, I think
you know?
I think I just try to build what I have with those picks.
Don't get me wrong, Giannis would be sick.
Yeah.
100%.
It's just a 1-for-1. You can draft. Let's say number 2.
I'm gonna be honest.
You can.
One
You
for
number
one
2.
makes it-
1 for 1 makes it sound stupid as shit for saying that.
So crazy. 1 for 1.
1-for-1,
No,
top 4 pick or Giannis.
I say yes.
Top 4 or what? Like, can I get a specific number now? Like 1? I got the number.
I'll tell you,
pick?
if it's the 4th overall pick, we'll give you probably another pick and maybe a player. If it's the 1st overall pick, swap. Clear swap.
You got to tell
Clear
yourself,
swap.
if you get Giannis, what's Atlanta realistically doing? Can they go to the ECF? Can they go to the finals?
gotta
Can they
extend
get
him.
out of the
I'm
second
gonna be
round?
honest, with respect, and I get where you're coming from. It's not enough to get Giannis.
So you if you're the Bucks, you say no.
I think you need more than just one pick.
What if it's the first overall
pick,
pick?
you got
First
it.
pick.
Milwaukee,
It's first
you gotta
overall
get
pick.
AJ or
For
reset.
Giannis?
I think you have to reset.
Giannis.
For
you-
one player,
No,
I'm
but look,
resetting?
here's the thing, though, Drew. You got to remember, you have to pay him.
No,
So this is
not even that. What's your other offer? Would you rather have Şengün, was it Tari and 2 firsts or AJ? Like, you're trading him.
One pick, one player. I get AJ is the best upside of
It's AJ,
anything.
Darren, whoever
Sure.
you want.
Sure. Milwaukee is in such draft hell still.
I hear what you're saying. My point is, I don't think you're going to get a better offer than AJ.
Milwaukee
or
gave up
whoever you
all their
want.
picks for Drew and Dame. They have nothing that they can help build AJ a team.
Yeah.
Nothing.
I definitely hear where you're going. I hear where you're coming from. But for Milwaukee, I think you just try to get the superstar and then figure it out. Like, if you have a chance to draft
They have him.
but he's gone.
They
He's
still
gone.
can't figure it out.
I know, but he's gone. At this
I'm
point, there's
Atlanta,
nothing you can do
I'm
about
not
that.
going to
You
get Giannis.
can't go backwards 5 years.
But
you
am
know
I
what I mean?
bugging? Am I bugging? They literally have no draft capital. None.
So-
How can I be comfortable if I just have AJ? Yes, he is 12 years younger or 10 years younger than Giannis. Fine, whatever it is. I don't know the age. You still have no capital.
You're right. And this is interesting because you're saying it's not enough for Giannis. You're saying I'm the Bucks, I take it. And you're saying if I'm Atlanta, I don't even trade it.
No. What the fuck am I bringing Giannis into?
Well, me and River kind of saying the same thing.
If you have Dyson, Alexander Walker, Jalen Johnson, Giannis, Onyeka,
Yuck.
they have like there's solid players.
Bro said Dyson's my one?
It's I don't know.
It's
It's a
one
weird
CJ
team.
McCollum.
Bro.
It's a weird team.
Whoa.
Bro.
It is a
Seen
weird
CJ
fit.
McCollum hoop this
It's
year?
a collection of
He's
talent.
playing well.
I
He's been
think
really great.
He's the one to win the championship.
Won a championship? I watched.
But
Chris-
that's why if
Chris
you get
Middleton.
Giannis and
He's
the
so much
upside's the second round,
Chris so much better.
I mean, what are we doing?
potato to potato. Like,
but
Giannis
they're on
is
a run
better
right
than-
now.
They are in a run. Well, we
know.
beat them tonight.
You did.
No, Jalen.
So
Um,
here's
yeah,
my
Jalen
who's
thing
more healthier?
is that
Yeah, the one before.
if I'm the Bucks, I think I do take it.
What?
I think I
No.
do.
No.
Giannis is on an expiring. He can leave for nothing. You have to get value back for him.
AJ.
Every team is going to be hesitant to give you a big time package. If you can give me that pick, absolutely, I would say yes. I'm taking it. I'm trading Giannis, and this is who it's going to be for.
Maybe.
Because also when you're trading Giannis, you're usually going to be getting that team's picks back, which if they have Giannis, you probably won't have a great pick. At least you're guaranteeing one.
The only thing that is making me even contemplate is that it's Milwaukee and they got lucky as fuck in the first place to get Giannis. It saved the franchise.
I think. that
So
was
like
tough.
getting a superstar back, or at least the idea of one, you could sell Milwaukee fans on that. But can you sell Milwaukee fans on building around AJ or Darren with 0 draft picks?
It's harder for Darren because of the injury stuff. I think AJ, it's a little bit easier to buy into him because he kind of has like the most consistent college season where he was healthy. And also he's a different athlete than Cameron Boozer. And Cameron Boozer would be like a low profile pick. It's not like the star power that AJ has. I feel like if I'm the Bucks, that's the best possible offer that's out there for Giannis if the offseason hits. Like, I'm actually hoping Atlanta gets the top pick and they're interested in Giannis, so I can trade Giannis for that pick. If it's
Atlanta,
high, it's high enough.
Yeah.
Don't
'Cause
do
it's
it.
not-
What's the cutoff? Is it 3? Like who don't you do it for?
If it's the 4th overall pick, I would definitely trade it. I don't need. I could get Giannis. I don't need Caleb Wilson.
I'm saying for Milwaukee, yeah. Like, what would you accept? Would you?
I'm
would it
gonna
have
be
to be
honest,
1, 2,
like,
or 3?
Everything goes up with the price. So like 3rd overall pick, I probably need Risa Shea too.
Okay. Okay.
Milwaukee is not actually. They actually deny
If it's
him.
the 3rd
like,
pick, all right, give me Risa Shea
like-
too. Add him on. If it's a 2nd overall pick, really there's not a gap between 2 and 3, so it's kind of similar. The 1st overall pick, the option to pick whoever is what the swap is for.
Mhm.
The option to pick whoever, I will trade you Giannis.
we
for
got to be
that.
realistic too. Like, who we also got to add in the deal to go get Giannis, bro.
Make $50 million worth.
Yeah, we got to be realistic. Like, and
It
then you
needs to
got
be
to,
money.
and
Yeah,
then
I know.
and then
That's-
Atlanta, you got to give him $300 million. Like, you got to give him a deal.
I'm
And now
doing
you're
it.
stuck with Giannis at the 4, Jalen at the 3.
Well, that might
Dyson
not be
Dame.
true because CJ McCollum's contract is expiring for Atlanta.
But Dyson's kicks in next year,
Dyson's kicks in. Okay, I see.
and then you got to pay Onyeka.
Is Dyson one of the worst contracts in basketball?
Nah, because
he's
he's
paid that much.
he can't shoot, but he's valuable. He does
is.
he does other things.
Last year he peaked.
Yeah, he just can't shoot. You know,
Last year was pretty awesome.
he's a good defender though. He's a good passer.
This game was great, and Michigan State went cold again.
Ooh,
Okay,
good
that
bucket.
is such a
They're
tough
back in it. They're
bucket.
back in it. They got to get stops.
This has been one of the best games. I can't say that a lot of games have been great,
There's been a lot of good games.
but this is
week.
just great competition. Two great teams.
Duke St. John's was really good.
Good defense.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah, shout out to the
I'd have
Sweet
let that
16.
go. I'll be
Great
cheating
conversations, fellas. But that's going to do it for the Pick a Side podcast. Any ending remarks from this show?
Shout out to John.
Love you, John.
Shout out to Tyler.
I remember
Love
this
you,
one
Tyler.
time.
Pierre.
Shout out to Pierre.
That was a great show, fellas. Thank you guys for watching. You guys can follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Pick a Side Podcast, on Twitter at Pick a Side Pod. We also have a Facebook, and next week we probably have a special announcement that we will be announcing on Patreon first. Some things have been in motion. We're looking forward to telling you guys more about it, but you'll see next week. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.